And we're live! Hello, everybody! Welcome, welcome. Glad to have you all here. Happy Thursday! It's Thursday. Oh, stretchies already. Stretch. It's Thursday, and you know what that means. Technically archaeology, but we're gonna do dailies first, because I gotta do my dailies. If I don't do my dailies during stream, I tend to not do them, and then I completely forget. Because I get busy in the evening, so... Here we are, dailies first. Then archaeology, and then we'll be good to go. But hello, everybody. Hello, Data Bob, YFN, Maromi, Short Bust, Thalia. How y'all doing? Glad to have you all here. Oh, there we go. All right, let's see. Over this direction while we're flying. Hey there, Kraken. Hope you're doing well. So today I witnessed the downside of Chromie time. This guy in the guild I was doing also... Guy in the guild was also doing Lore Master, like me in Chromie time, and he was in Outland and Shadowmoon Valley, doing quests leading up to the Netherwing. He needed help with a quest. It was so freaking impossible to do that with two people in Chromie time, and I was a Protection Paladin, and he a Warlock. We managed to eventually, but holy shit. I couldn't help him on my level 70 because he was phased, yep, because of Chromie time. I find Chromie time fun, but I'm just going to do what I can, come back later for max quests like that and the reputation, or maybe just quit the idea of Chromie time completely and give up. It seems like not everything is scaled. Oh, yep. Honestly, like, yeah. I give you kudos for trying to do Lore Master in Chromie time, but I definitely don't recommend it. Because Chromie time makes it difficult, especially with, like, Outland and stuff. Outland and Northrend have group quests. Wrong house. That you are pretty much impossible to do alone. And since you can't use the group finder until level 50, unless you literally have an immediate friend on hand, they're impossible to do while you're questing. Which is another reason why those zones are so bad in my leveling research, because I couldn't complete the zone. It was impossible for me. Shadowmoon Valley being one of those in Outland, so... Yep, you are witnessing the monstrosities of some of the old zones in Chromie time. It's great. Because, oh, they're scaling. But they're scaling, shall we say, as intended, quote unquote. So, you know, fun. Yeah, it's pretty rough. So, good luck if you decide to continue it. And I don't blame you for deciding to finish Lore Master outside of Chromie time, because it's not quite it can be a bit of a nightmare sometimes. It really can be. Also sorry for the wall text. Aw, you're fine. You're totally fine. But hello, Witch Hobbit. I'm doing fine. Doing absolutely good. Just getting ready for, well, we are doing some dailies first, and then we're going to kick into some archaeology afterwards. So, yeah. Gotta do my dailies, though, because if I don't do my dailies during stream, I will probably forget to do all of them after stream. Because I get busy in the evenings, and then I'm like, oh shoot, I didn't do all of my mirrors and stuff yesterday. Crap. So, you know. That's what we're doing. WoW was supposed to do a news post today. Oh yeah? Oh yeah, I guess they were, weren't they? I usually just keep an eye on, like, Wowhead to see if they post anything about, like, WoW news. I don't really pay attention otherwise, to be honest. Not as much as I used to. Let's see where we're going here. We need to go Necrolord, because there is a Unity World quest today. So, I'm doing Lore Master of Northrend, and I can safely say I hate Icecrown. Oh, YFN, I'm so sorry. It's the longest zone in the game, in case anyone wasn't aware. Over 6 hours before I ended up giving up and not actually completing the zone. So there's a little secret for you. The zone data for Icecrown in my data sheet is not completely complete because... Did I not pick up a thingy? I did not pick up a thingy. Rats. But yeah, because 6 hours and I still wasn't done with the zone. I was like, you know what? Forget it. I don't even care because I'm never going to use this zone, so goodbye. It's insane. I had no idea, Kraken. Oh, really? I didn't realize there was quests out there that required people. Would have been nice to know before I started. Yeah, Outland and yeah, I don't recommend doing Chromie time in Lore Master, to be honest. It's not. That's why I told you good luck when you decided to do that, go that direction. Yeah. Ice Crown has so many chapters. Oh yeah, for sure. It's really long. I'm finishing it outside of Lore Master now. Chromie time, I mean. Yeah. Like doing like as much as you can during Chromie time is perfectly fine, but like doing every little bit, you're really gonna struggle, especially in Outland, Northrend, in those zones specifically, because there's quite a few things that'll prevent you. Love it, but I'm leaving that for last in Northrend. Oh yeah, Ice Crown's rough. Like same, I love the zone too. Ice Crown's really cool. It's way too long, man. Way too long. Hello Joia, how you doing? Glad to have you here. Welcome. Happy Thursday. Still farming HS event. Just need the hat. Aw, bummer. Well, you'll get there. You'll get there. You still got a good few days left because it's only Thursday. So you got Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You got time. Nothing yet? Aw. You'll get there. So I'm playing Disney Dreamlight Valley. Hello, Moromi. Why does Buzz Lightyear get an RV for his house, but Woody lives in a carousel? I have no idea. Woof! Suddenly sneezing. That was out of the blue. Anyway, I need to go pick up Unity. Let's see, what quest was it? Hold on 1 second. Web of Information. Okay. We gotta do a quick world quest. Oh, gotta sneeze again. Oh, come on. Ah! I think the fir trees are blooming. That's the only time I really start getting like this. Good gravy. Oh, not fashion accessory. Okay, where's this at? Where's the secret web of information? It's that one. Oh, that one's easy. Nice. Okay. 6 hours? Oh, no. The Kraken Latte still hasn't completed Ice Crown? Of course I have, many times. For multiple different levels. I'm talking about the data and the data sheet in terms of Chromie time. Because it's awful. 6+ hours just for the sake of data? Yeah, no. I'll pass. Not that guy. We need web of information here. Yeah, so who knows how long it actually takes to complete it in Chromie time, because... And the reason I had stopped, too, is I had started at level 30. It took me 6 hours. I wish I was picking this up, to get from 30 to 50 at the time, because that's when it was done. That was the max at the time. And, I hit 50 and had to leave, because Chromie time kicked me out. And I was like, I didn't even finish the zone. Forget it. I'm not doing this again. I'm not coming back. That was a waste of an entire day. It just goes on and on and on and on. I'm like, please, let me be free. Is this an allegory for Scourge? Where's the thing at? Oi. Here we go. These neurocenters are hard to find. And so boring. Yeah, it really is. It's really boring. Like, Northrend's got some great zones visually, but I'm personally not a big fan of the questing there. I'm really not. I would love a questing design overhaul of those zones, which who knows we might get, because apparently Blizzard had mentioned they were going to redo parts, if not all, of Northrend or something in... Not next expansion, but... Was it Midnight? One of the expansions coming soon. Which is kind of crazy to think about. So... That's interesting. So there's a little tidbit. If you wanted a tip from me, I would say to do all of the Eastern Kingdom quests and all of the Northrend quests, lore mastery type stuff, on all of your characters you want them done on before the next expansions. Just because sometimes when they redo things, sometimes things get lost. Where is this thing? Hello? My neurosensory detector. Work, please. There it goes. So, that would be my just-in-case senses. Oh, there it is. Imagine the quest. That's, well, like, what, 12 hours then? Yeah, reading the quest, exactly. This wasn't even reading the quest. This is just auto pickup and auto turn in. When I did it with Lore Master myself way back in the day, I don't know how long it took me, but I know it took me over a week to actually, like, log in every day, play for a couple hours, read all the quests as I was, like, going through it. Oh my word, it took so long. Yeah. Just shows that Wrathlore was so rich. Unless they had a bunch of busy work quests. Oh yeah, 90% of them were like busy work quests. In terms of Icecrown. Like, there was a lot of lore to be learned, but there was a lot of busy work quests, especially in Northrend. Or, not Northrend, in Icecrown specifically. It's a lot of back and forth stuff. Go report to this guy, go report to that guy, go over here and do this one quest. It's very one at a quest time. Onesie twosies style, and it kind of drives me crazy. Instead of like, here's these 4 quests, because you're going to go to this one area, and then you can come back and move on. No, it's like, here's this quest. Okay. Come back, turn it in. Okay, now go back to the same spot you just came from and do this quest. I'm like, why couldn't you give me that before? I was just there. Please. Release me. Yeah, so. Hey, belt. Nice. Slowly getting those taken care of. Alright, let's go back and switch back to Venthyr so I can make sure to do those tomorrow. Where am I at here? Back in the day, I mostly lived in Grizzly Hills. Oh, I don't doubt. What fun awaits me. Alright, another thing I hate about Crummy Time is that I can't farm the reps simultaneously. Yeah, that's definitely another problem too. And I don't know if it's true or not, but I've heard that like some rares and stuff won't drop certain things if you're in Crummy Time. I don't rare farm in Crummy Time unless it's for leveling, so I can't confirm that. But those are some of the rumors I've heard. So, there's that too. I don't know. Argent Horse gets one shot. Oh no. Oh yeah, Northrend and the third one? Yeah, something like that. Last Titan, so it must be the third one then, yeah. So, kind of interesting. Wait, then we have to do Lore Master all over again for the new quest? I have no idea. We'll find out. Depends on what they do. Because they did it, that's how they did it with Cataclysm. Let's see, I need to go Venthyr again. But, you know. I'm sure there will be a new form of Lore Master. It won't replace the old one. But, you know. Also, did they invent the vehicle quests in Wrath? Because it's everywhere. I don't... Probably, because I don't recall BC, unless I'm mistaken. I don't think Burning Crusade had any vehicle quests that I can remember. Yeah, I think that might have been a Wrath thing. That's another thing I don't miss, the vehicle quests. I don't excuse me, I don't mind vehicle quests, but they were not... What the heck? Oh, Silver's on. I was like, who the heck is talking to me? BC didn't, it was Wrath. Thank you, Silver. Let's see here. Clean up a little bit. Yeah, so that's what I thought. Yeah, I would think it's much faster to just be doing Lore Master reps at max level. Absolutely. Kraken time. Hello, Cubwa. Time to get some more coffee? Yes. Excellent. Coffee indeed. Okay, let me clean out this boyo's bags here. Let's see, I can delete these. I don't actually need these because I can just buy them on my main. I can't destroy that, really. I don't want it. Boy. Okay, send this to my banker. Okay, we're gonna go dump our anima real quick. Hold on, let me get them cleaned up, and then we'll switch characters. Yeah, I felt that way about classic quests a lot in general. Just a lot of back and forth. And it was worse when you couldn't fly or use a mount in general. Yeah, that's kind of that's one of my major complaints. Apologies for spooking, stalking stream before I have to go to work. You're fine. All good, Silver. I appreciate the stream stalk. I thought you were at work already because I wasn't paying attention to the time or something. So I was just like, oh shit, who the heck is talking? Who's in my guild? Alright. Anyway. Yeah, that's kind of my major complaint. And why I don't like leveling very much in, like, vanilla, Wrath, some vanilla zones, and BC quests. Just because of the quest design. It's a little rough. A lot of back and forth. Very... And some of the breadcrumbs don't work very well. Like, you'll just suddenly end and you're like, hello, where do I go? I don't understand what I'm supposed to do. Plus, the quests weren't, like, written very well in terms of what to do. You really had to sit there and, like, try to figure it out. I can't tell you how many times in BC Wrath, and Mop was this way too, where I had to sit there and look up Wowhead on how to do this quest I'm supposed to be doing, despite reading the quest text. I'm like, I don't understand. You know, it's great. Otherwise, the zones are absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so he's good. Need to get on you. I have a soft spot for vanilla, but boy, do I prefer retail. Yeah, I completely understand. Like, I don't hate the vanilla classic era. I really don't. It's just... a lot of what I like about WoW is not in the classic vanilla era. And when I say classic vanilla, I mean like classic through Wrath, before the cata changes. It just doesn't have a lot of what I like. So I struggle with it, I really do. Oh well. OMG, okay, so my brain just did the ADH thing of random words appearing in my head. This time it was banana, and my brain went, ooh, banana. Like, oh, banana, like my raid sound. Yes! Yes! Also, speaking of, if you hadn't seen it, we do have a banana icon, or emoji, if you will, for the raids now, in case you want to use it. Yeah, they did. I thought you could have Lore Master for new X packs, like you keep the title if you're already done with all the quests before the new X pack. You do indeed, that is correct. But they add more Lore Master achievements. Lore Master is all separate. There's technically a Lore Master for each expansion. And then the big meta that gives you the title Lore Master includes all of it and gets updated with every expansion. At least it used to be. I don't know if it still gets updated or not. But once you get the title and you have it, they're not going to revoke it from you. There's just new Lore Master quests to do. So yeah, Wrath was Vehicle City. It really is, yeah. They were fine when they worked. Exactly. Like, I don't mind the vehicle quests. They're just so borky sometimes. I stupidly drank coffee this morning, even though I should have been, even though I've been having off and on chest tightness from anxiety, trying hard to make it worse than you're actually thinking you're dying sometimes. Aw. Let's see, I borked that, but still I got what you meant. The last couple hours have been the longest stretch of time of not feeling that way, though, since last night, which is good. Well, that's good. Ooh. Wrists. Beautiful. Yep, I just totally don't do the old quests in proper order. Yeah, same. Look up a guide on the quest just to find an item in your bag suddenly. Yep, that's another thing too. It drives me crazy. Good old days. Quotation marks. Hey, see, y'all found the banana. That's funny. The banana and the canary panic. It's pretty funny. Alright, where is this at? Up here? Oh, it's in the house. Okay. Hello, Mooks. How you doing? Glad to have you here. Canary's vacuuming the bananas. Yes. That's amazing. Okay, was that all? Nope, there's one more. Excuse me. Okay. One more mirror. And then we're gonna go do something here. Yep, we'll go switch to Maldraxxi, do the Unity. Gotta get all my dailies done first. I gotta be a good little gargoyle and do my dailies. Just deep breathes, inhales the bananas aggressively. Yes. Yes. That's amazing. Hello. Okay. Speaking of, there's a Unity quest up today in case you hadn't seen it, Silver. Got some 20 hours or something on it. No, I hate when it jukes me. It's so rude. I gotta fly all the way back over there. Gosh dang it. Wish I could say I'm good like always, but I'm not. We had to put my male cat to sleep this morning. Yesterday, we brought him to the vet to check up and came home with a diabetes diagnosis so severe we couldn't afford the medicine needed that didn't even have a guarantee to help. Oh, that poor old guy. I'm so sorry. I know what that's like. It's never good news. Well, I hope you managed to recover, Mooks. It's always hard to lose a family member. And yes, I consider pets family members. They live with you long enough. Okay. Back down to this dang thing. They are family. Exactly, yeah. They're like children. You feed them, pay for them. They don't pay anything back. They're just there to look cute and get in trouble. Children, in other words. The very definition. Okay, please don't juke me again. It really likes doing that to my demon hunter. Thank you. There we go. Give. Okay, that was all of them. Oh, we gotta head back. Take the portally do. Then we can go over to the Maldraxxi and get Unity. Ortel. Speaking of, on a different but somewhat related note, I've been working on the dragon riding challenge races. I knocked out a lot of them last night. I finally kind of got my groove in them, I think. It doesn't mean I like them anymore, but any more than I did before. But the challenge and challenge reverse, I'm getting close to being done-ish with those, so that's good. Those take so much concentration. I don't enjoy it. He was 9. The vet suspects he had it from birth, but it just never showed up. And it's okay now. He's not uncomfortable anymore. We're burying him with other family pets tomorrow or Saturday. Thank you guys for the sweet words. I'm glad I found this channel. Aw, well, we're glad you're here, Mooks. I hope you feel better soon. And yeah, that's definitely the best way to look at it. Poor little guy's not suffering anymore. Okay, I need to go Necrolord. Necrolord. Nope, you're not Necrolord. You are. Come here, you. Okay, let's hearth, and while I'm hearthing, I'm gonna blow my nose real quick. I'm a little sniffly. There we are. Okay. So, we need to go snag Unity and go do that world quest again. I'm very glad that the Unity world quests and calling type stuff for the transmog from the Stitch Yard are region wide. So if one person gets it from one world quest, they can be like, hey, everybody else literally in this entire region, go get it. Whatever it is, you know, the piece might be different for you, but you will get a piece. So, that's really nice. Definitely nice. Okay, gotta go do necrotic sentries. And we will get to archaeology, I promise. But I have to do my dailies, because if I don't, sometimes I get busy in the evening and I don't get time, and then I forget, and then I don't get my dailies done. Then I'm like, shit. Okay. And I need to go. Nope. This way. Yep. Okay, here we go. Don't think I have Unity yet. It's not too hard to unlock, but I definitely recommend getting your Covenant campaign done with Necrolord, because that'll help. Because there's a quest line or two that is kind of required before you can use it. And then rank 5. And once you have that and you start it, you can actually make Unity fairly quickly, like in the first, maybe second week. Second week at the most. So it's not too bad, honestly. Not too shabby. But Unity himself comes from one of the quest lines. So that's why he won't be sitting there at your stitch yard if you don't have it. Ah, yeah, I only have rank 2 for now. Ah, yeah, gotcha. Yep. I think he technically comes with like rank 4 or something, but you know, I am very much that person that just upgrade the thing all the way before you start, and it makes everything easier. That's how I usually do it. Don't even touch it until it's completely upgraded. There, I need one more dude. 3 more dudes, actually. Come on, kick in. Give. Where's the bar? Here we go. Did that without the bar, because the bar is not working. Up. Whoop. I saw you. Saw that little stream. Where's it going? Aha! How's the Archy coming along? I've been working on it a lot myself. Honestly, it's unfortunately no progress. Not that I haven't been doing it. I've been doing it a lot. But just no luck, unfortunately. Hey, built. Nice. So we're doing our dailies real quick before we get back into archaeology. But unfortunately, yeah, it's just... I've just not had any luck with it. It's frustrating. So I only need 4 more pieces, and it just don't wanna. I feel that. I'm 1600 solves towards Zinroke, but no sword for me. Yeah, I'm like 4,000 something, I think, for Zinroke. I don't remember. I'm sure it'll show up. Okay. Back to Venthyr. My count will tell me when I start doing archaeology again. It's ridiculous. Okay. Back to Venthyr, so I can get back to doing mirrors every day. Okay. And in case y'all are wondering why I'm bothering to do quests like this for transmog on alts before next expansion, I decided to do the ones that are not rep related. Like, the stitch yard has rep attached to it, but the rep itself isn't actually related to the transmog. So, it's just a, you know, slow progression and mat gathering type thing. So, I'm doing all the stuff that's not rep related. Like, the... whatever you call it. Ember Court. Technically, once you have all the items and weapons and stuff out of it, and mount and all that, and toys, the actual transmog of the armor set doesn't come from the guests. It comes from getting max reputation and then just buying it off the vendor. So, theoretically, when that max reputation goes account-wide in the distant future, TM, I can just go buy it. Theoretically. So that's what I'm waiting for on stuff like that. But ones that are not rep-related, I'm just going to go do it. It's not like it's hard. Kraken, do you like the Blackrock Foundry normal pally set? I do. I love the BRF pally set. I'm using it with the Gruul Mace and the Purple Crown from Tuba Sargeras. I do. I absolutely love it. let's see. Is that the pinkish one? Because the pinkish... Well, the blue one's pretty too. I think both normal and heroic I like a lot. I like the mythic, but I think ironically the normal and heroic I like more, personally. Pick one? I don't know, I like pink and blue both. Blue, I guess, since that's my favorite color. So whichever one is the blue set. Trust me, I'm very not a pick one sort of person. Okay, so he's all clean. He's done. Wait, nope. I need to do my... profession since I'm on him. Profession dailies, do. Don't know why we went into Mulan real quick, but we did. Okay. Now he's good. Next. Shutters, not the travel network mirrors. I like the mirrors, honestly. I kind of like them over a lot of other dailies because you get 3 chances a day. They're really easy to do. They fuel themselves in terms of the rubies. Because every time you loot a treasure, you get more rubies. So I never have to farm outside of them to get more rubies to buy more mirror unlocky thingies. The repair things for the mirrors. And they seem to have a decently high chance with their Mog. So, I like the mirrors personally. Whoops. There we go. Alright. Uh-oh, am I lagging? Pink one, 8k leather. Oh man. Yeah, you looking at how much leather I had? Yeah. It's for the dailies. The daily whaleys. Alright. Through the mirror. I feel like it took me forever to get all the plate mog out of those. It didn't take me too long. Oh!
Nathan Brown subscribed to your channel for 12 months.
Thank you so much, Nathan, for the resub. I super appreciate your continued support. Because thanks to folks like you, I can keep working. So thank you so much. Appreciate it. The what part that took me forever was the mount. The mount took me ages to get. But I don't know. I don't recall it really honestly taking too long. Plate probably did take me the longest, but I'm already almost done with my leather, mail, and cloth. I'm like halfway through. So I don't know. RNG be RNG, I guess. Okay, the other two are over there. I feel like, let's see, I read that. Still haven't started the travel network myself. Well, definitely, it's not too hard, honestly, if you get it ranked up. And as soon as you have level 3, you have the portal back to Orbos, too, right from your Covenant, which I use constantly in conjunction with my wormhole generator for Shadowlands. So, you get a 2-fer on the Venthyr. It's really easy, to be honest. That's kind of the thing about Shadowlands, like, it takes forever to get stuff set up. But the actual content itself is very easy. So, like, it's very front-heavy, if that makes sense. Front-loaded. Takes a while to get there, but once you're there and doing the thing, it's pretty fun. Like, it doesn't take that long. So, I don't know. It varies. Cannot wait to get the Revendreth cloth sets, though. I'm obsessed with the color. Oh, same. Cloth sets are just freaking gorgeous. Absolutely love the purple. I think that it is the network one that gives the purple one. Just beautiful. I think specifically the Ember Court is really cool. Yeah, the Ember Court color is pretty nice too. Oh yes, the Ember Court and Travel Network cloth sets. Chef's kiss for Priest. Right. Oh, they're just gorgeous. Oops, I'm passing it here. Yeah. Whatever you think about Shadowlands, I don't know. Mog is pretty top tier. Pretty top tier. I compliment you and then you juke me? Come on. That's my one complaint about the dang mirrors. Well, at least I'm not very far from that one. But anything purple really gets me usually. The Path of Ascension purple is really great too. Yes! I love especially the Path of Ascension plate set. Gorgeous. One of my favorites, honestly, I think. And the leather. Well, the mail's really nice too. They're all really nice. I can't, like I said, I can't pick one because then I think, oh, that one too. Oh, well, this one too. Never mind. Starting to be obsessed with parasols and umbrellas they're adding to the trading posts that were in SL. Yes! They're so cute. They are very cute. I wish, like, maybe this is a little too much for Blizzard, but I do kind of wish we had, I don't know what you'd call it, an accessory, maybe? An accessory slot. Like a piece of gear. It's just cosmetic only. It's not like it doesn't have like an item level. Kind of like tabards. This is item level 1. They don't count toward your armor. Tabards and shirts are like that. Maybe make an accessory slot where you can put on like a parasol or a handbag or, I don't know, mage orbs or something like that. You could wear it. It's like a physical item. That'd be kind of cool. Okay, I need to go back to... I'll just hearth. I'm a mage. I can just portal myself. Anyway, because then you don't have to use like a toy or sacrifice an offhand slot if you can even use one for like a parasol or something. And that'd be kind of fun. Yeah, I know people wish for more jewelry. Oh, same. Yes, I like the idea of actually seeing one of the bags you have, right? Yeah, like actually having like a handbag on you and it like sits in your hip or your back or whatever kind of bag it is, you know. That'd be nice. Or like glasses and a helmet. Yes. I really, like, on that note, I really wish they would separate the face and head slots so that you could wear a mask, a bandana, a scarf, or glasses, and a hood or helmet. Or a crown or whatever. Like face and head. 2 different spots, please. Okay, Necrolord. Yes, right? Hair with hats. Oh, someday. Someday they will give us hair with hats. Maybe that's the thing they're talking about in the next expansion or whatever it is. They're like, we're gonna have such cool stuff, it's gonna blow your socks off. Apparently that's a quote, so... Where are we going? Madraxis. And I'm like, I mean, I'll admit, if that's what it is, that would blow my socks off. Isn't that sad how that's what we get excited over in a WoW? Illyria's fighting Illidan. Cool, I guess. But the new hair customization, though, that's worth talking about. You know what I mean? It's kind of funny. Alright, Unity. Oh, not that. Come along. Come on. There we go. Hair with hats is the primary reason I hardly ever use helm mogs. It looks so dumb when your character's awesome hair turns to a buzz cut. Yes. And at least it does a buzz cut now, because like, it used to make you completely bald. It used to remove it entirely, if any of you remember that. It would just frickin' scalp you. I'm like, whoa. It might still do that with some of the races, but it used to do it with all of them. It's been a hot minute since it's done that, but at least you have a buzz cut now. So there's that. Improvement, I guess. Question mark. Okay. It did the night elves, yes, right? Yeah, I like buzz cuts and short hair, but I'd always want to have one with a hat, right? You can't pull off that cute, magey, witchy look either, because you put on a witch hat and you're like bald. I'm like, alright. I want long hair with this, or a braid, or something. Yep, and then my bar breaks the gap with the first one. Okay, lovely. That's okay. I have my little line to help me find it. Do you all mind? Please. Mythic and Tourist Pally set matches really well with the Hearthstone Tabard. Ah, nice. Yeah, it's a good set. Had the night elf braid with the witch hat, and it's just tucked in there, I guess, right? It's coiled up on your head like a snake under the hat. Whoops, speaking of. Spooter. Okay, where is the next one? Show me the money, here we go. This forces us to remove the wig to wear hats, yes! Maybe that's canon. Is our hair just wigs? It's just a bunch of fancy toupees? Is that what's going on? Are we actually all bald from the sheer amount of radiation that Azeroth herself is putting off because she's a possibly arcane titan and or first one and slowly killing us from the inside out? So we're bald? Is that what it is? Did I get too deep? Where? Oh, here we go. This way. I haven't done the tier 2 quest line yet, but I really want the tier tabard. I definitely recommend doing it. It's one of my favorite quest lines in Dragonflight, right next to the blue Dragonflight one. I actually liked the tier stuff. Okay, here we go. There it is. Beautiful. Belt for you too. Yes, the cloth belt. Is that the purple one or is it the green one? It's the purple one. Yes. I love the Necrolord cloth belt. Sexy. Okay. That makes me happy. My lady Cold Titan has a cute little Coltirid has a cute little low bun. It drives me crazy that her bun can't just be cute and sit on her neck while she wears a hat. Right? Exactly. It drives me crazy. Yeah, it's great for pallies. Also, you get the white scales for the Dragos. That's true. I forgot about that. You do get that manuscript, that skin, which is pretty great. What's sexy? What did I return to? Hello, Moromi. I got the cloth belt from Unity for Maldraxxi. Necrolords, technically, but I just call them Maldraxxi. And I like the cloth belts from the Necrolord sets. They're nice. But I'm a big fan of like extra 3D assets. So like, you know, like the tabard flaps and like the extra stuff and coattails and extra flowy things, and I like stuff like that a lot. We don't have enough of it in WoW. We're getting more slowly, but yeah. Oh, not you. Get out of here, Unity. Please go back home. Okay, let me clean out his bags. And then we'll be on to... I gotta do Nazmir one more time. Felix. He is the other one. And then after that, we should be good to go for archaeology. Ah, nice. Also, I just got the coffee I ordered online a few days ago. I'm so excited to try it out. Okay, you probably mean like beans or ground up coffee, right? Because my brain immediately went to like a pre-made, like hot, fresh coffee. I'm like, it took you a few days for them to get it to you? What? I know that's probably not what you meant. For some reason my brain had to calculate that one. But I hope it's good. I hope your new coffee's good. Beans, yes. Roasted to order. Ah, nice. Tasty. Hopefully it's good. Good beans really do make a difference, especially if you can get them, if you can grind them yourself. Funny idea though, right? I don't know why that's right where my brain went. Okay. Mail all these off. That. Okay. Ah, yes. You do your... Since I'm on you. Secrets of Draenor. Boop. And Secrets of Draenor. Picturing a mailman just precariously balancing a cup of coffee and trying to figure out how to put it in the mailbox. Yes! Mailmen aren't given enough credit, man. They gotta deal with so much crap like that. It's amusing to think about, to be honest. Okay, now I can just hearth you back to Sinfall and move on. Is Dragfight leveling from 60 to 70 the worst leveling experience in like a decade, or am I just biased off things like end of the expansion Shadowlands leveling? I hate to agree with you, but I know this is going to sound controversial, but for me at least, because of a lot of reasons, Dragonflight leveling 60 to 70 has been the least fun leveling experience, endgame leveling experience, since SMOP for me, personally. So, I would say yes, but I'm sure there was others who would disagree. Like, it has a lot of good things about it, but boy, don't let me get on that soapbox. Yeah. So the beans I have were roasted just 3 days ago. Main notes listed were brown sugar and chocolate. Ooh. So I hopefully won't need to use much coffee syrup. Oh man, that sounds tasty. If it's really good, if you end up really liking it, share me a link if you would. I wouldn't mind buying some made-to-order coffee. I usually just get the Kirkland brand from Costco, because they're pretty good. I don't have any complaints really, but nice coffee is expensive, so you know. Okay, surf the skimmer. Need 2 of these. The Brito is so nice. Anyway. Okay. Alright. Quest time. Anywho, I didn't mind it the first few times I've done it, but then again, half of all the leveling was dungeons leveling still. Yeah. Yeah, and when I say leveling specifically, I'm referring to like the open world. So not including dungeons. All completely solo play. I just tried to mage blink. I'm not on a mage. Oops. It's a slog. Time walking is a godsend for XP with quests in between. It really is. I have 1470s. I am not actually sure how many I have, but I know it's quite a few. But yeah, I haven't been super thrilled with leveling through Dragonflight, which is unfortunate. We'll do once I try it. I have to finish the beans recently ground a bit, but yeah. Yeah, if you do, and if you remember, if you really like it, please do share like a link so I can see if I can get some where I live too. Yum. I haven't ordered special coffee in a long time. Okay, up this way. Dude, it's so bad. I just leveled my old rogue from 60 to 70 and it was like pulling teeth. It really was. It was rough. It's one of the highest difficulty spikes we've seen since MOP. And the XP scaling goes real south after 66-ish. Really kicks in at 67. Yeesh. I don't know. And this is gonna sound bad, but I'm glad it's not just a me thing. Like, I have been hearing other people being like, is something off about this? So, because usually, a lot of times I feel like it's just me seeing faults in things because I tend to judge things I know way too well, too harshly sometimes. Like the leveling experience. Because I've picked the crap out of it from top to bottom and analyzed every inch of it, I feel like I see more of the flaws than the average player would. And so I try not to complain about it too much, but so I don't know. I hope that makes sense. I know some of the activities, aka timed events, aren't the best, but I really like DF. It makes me really happy questing at max level at least. The zones are really pretty, and I love the creatures and the quests were fun. Yeah, the zones are definitely gorgeous. It's mostly the quest design, the XP distribution, the levelings, the difficulty spike, and the XP distribution between different types of activities was pretty terrible. And I could go on, there's a longer list than that, but those are the major points. Wounds! Yes. Yeah, like visually, gorgeous. And like, I'm looking forward to hopefully, maybe, question mark, being able to use Dragonflight next expansion in the leveling guide. Because Azure Span and Waking Shore are going to be fantastic if they let us use them. I've been duped before. But you know. Let's hope. But I think I'll enjoy Dragonflight more for old world questing, quote unquote, when it becomes outmoded here in a few months, versus when it's current. Which could be a bias thing on my part, but I don't know. I have 4 level 70s, 1 boosted. Nice, nice, not bad. Well, that's why I lost interest in leveling all my 60s to 70. Oh, probably. I'm sorry. And if y'all disagree with me, you're completely welcome to. Like I said, I analyze things like leveling and stuff because I make guides on it really closely. So if you're not feeling what I'm feeling, don't feel bad at all. I just have a lot to compare it to, so. Like on my new main, I wanted to do some campaign quests, so I was doing some of those again, and it reminded me how happy I was the first year of Dragonflight. Nice. Well, that's good. Let's see. Okay. Bam. I love the zones and story for each and looks, but boy, the XP was so little. Yeah, agreed. That's pretty much my thing, too. Visually, beautiful. Like, quest design, not too bad. But the XP was terrible. The XP distribution between types of activities was just awful. And the difficulty spike was just not great. Many, many, many angry words about deleting Threads of Fate. Aw, same. Ah, same. It reminds me of that meme, that Thanos meme of the "perhaps I judged you too harshly." I think it's Thanos. About Threads of Fate, but oh well. Yeah, I can see that. It's not like I really recorded how long it took to get XP at 60 plus, and I was queuing for dungeons between questing at 60. Yeah, if you're not paying attention at all and do not care about making like any sort of, not that I'm usually trying to make a record time, but something I am conscious of, you're probably not going to notice. There we go. I never even did Season 1 Mythics because I was taking so long doing other things. Hey, nothing wrong with that, to be honest. As long as you enjoyed it, that's what matters. There we go. Yeah, exactly. I wasn't trying to be fast. Yeah. Well, I guess Super Bladed thanks, but I did use your 50 to 60 leveling guide through Threads of Fate and got something like 20 alts up to 60 with that. You're welcome. I'm glad I helped. I wish it was still useful. I'm keeping it up just in the event that they ever bring back Threads of Fate, hopefully, question mark, in the future. I can use it again. But yeah, you're welcome. Glad it was useful while it was usable. Because I did too. I got a lot of alts up with it. I didn't need all those alts up, but I really enjoyed it, so. I mean, I got old after a while, but after like what? My 60th character, I think I'm gonna get a little tired of leveling. So. It's actually worth to keep up, since if people have any alt they unlock Threads of Fate, still exists for those lucky people. It does, but like, oh, why you critted, you didn't, how dare you. But technically you don't even need the guide for it, because you will hit, you'll go from 50 to 60 in one zone, because it's Chromie time, or even outside of Chromie time, because it got squished. You don't even need Chromie time for it. In fact, don't turn on Chromie time, it'll ruin it. But so the guide isn't even useful for people that are still in Threads of Fate, because one zone and you'll be 60. It's kind of funny. Oh well. Come on, let's go. I just like the flow you had for your quest order. Thank you, I appreciate it. I actually liked making that one. I had a lot of fun with it. I really wished I had fun with making the Dragonflight one. I didn't. I was this close to not putting it out. That's how frustrated I was getting. And I'm still not even happy with my Dragonflight one, but I'm not revising it. It just is what it is. Okay. We'll get to archaeology soon. It seems it takes me about an hour to do all my dailies, so that's not terrible. I sent the link to Coffee Beans and Discord, that way I don't forget to do so. Oh, perfect. Thank you, Maromi. I appreciate it. Let's see. Perf, thank you. This was talked about in stream. You wanted to see. Alright, let me save that link. Golden Coffee Day. Interesting. Best medium and roaster's favorite. Oh, perfect, because medium's like my favorite. Excellent, I'll save that link. Perfecto. Thank you, Maromi. Alright. I still have a lot of alts with their Shadowlands wormhole on their hotbar from it. I feel that. I have mine on my Opie. I use it frequently. It is very handy. Okay. But I'm really hoping, like, on the leveling note, I'm really hoping the, Crummy Time stuff really gets some attention for War Within, because there's some real rough spots right now. It doesn't feel like it was on purpose, it just feels like neglect. Like they haven't really given it a lot of attention because they don't think it's very high priority, which I guess it's technically not high priority, but don't neglect it completely, come on. You know. It's, let's see. As much as I like that you can repeatedly do quests on any new character you make, I wish... Oh, I missed it. It's down here. I wish I could either have a toggle to not see the quests or some way to autocomplete all the quests, but I can see how that would be exploited. Yeah, I feel that. That was kind of the idea behind Threads of Fate. That's kind of why they did it that way, was for that exact reason. But apparently Blizzard didn't like us doing that, so... I feel like I need to redo all quests on my new main this time, though. I really feel like I'm starting over. Right? Ah, yeah, that's why I don't recommend switching mains too many times. Because you really will be starting over. It sucks. Ah, right, okay, so that is why Threads of Fate was the GOAT. Yep. Because it skipped all those. It really did. And it was awesome. Job's done. Okay, was that the last one? It was. Excellent. Oof. Let's clean out your bags. Okay, I believe I did all of my dailies. There's a few Dragonflighty ones that I can do later. I'm not really in a hurry on those. So let's clean out bags. And then I believe this is the character I needed to finish. Yeah? 495. Yes. Okay. We'll stay on this character because this is the character I needed to finish for archaeology. And then I'll consider just kind of not doing it on my others. I'll look at how high their archaeology is. Because most of the other ones only have like 4 or 5 restored artifacts instead of like 15 plus. So it's a little less enticing. Let's see. Okay. Let's mail some things off. So hold on while I get recalibrated here, because dailies are done. Whoops. Gosh darn it. Send to... Okay, I don't need that. Don't need that. Mail that. These need to go to Latte. Okay. And move that over. Okay. So, I believe we'll just continue as we were with archaeology on this specific character, so. Oh, I'm so close to a paragon and I can't do anything else. Ah! I really hope in the next couple days, on the next 2 paragons I do, that I frickin' get that toy. I'm so tired of doing paragons. Ah, right. I need to do that. Alright, archaeology time. Anyway, where are we at? Blizzard didn't like us doing Threads of Fate, then they gave us Threads of Fate automatically for Dragonflight. Yep, makes total sense. Right. Well, I think they didn't like that it skipped all the, whatever you call it. Because we don't, the Dragonflight doesn't really have Threads of Fate. What made Threads of Fate unique was not being able to level in any zone in any order, because we've had that before, like you can do it in Legion. But, it was the fact that it skipped all the campaign quests and turned the campaign quests into, like, bonus objectives and extra world quests for XP. Which apparently they didn't like that. Or something, because they decided to can it. I don't know why, but fingers crossed they bring it back someday. I would like to level in Shadowlands again. And I really don't like using the campaign. Like, I wouldn't complain so much if they would just do a few things with the main campaign. Bring back the bonus objectives, because there's only like a couple per zone, and it's just not, they're not worth doing by themselves. And let us level in any zone in any order. Instead of this forced linear thing, because you cannot do them in any order without Threads of Fate. And I don't know why they have it that way. You know, after we've already done it, I'm like, okay. A little strange to me. I wouldn't be switching if I could change my class. I'm sorry. Well, you gotta pick a main, and then you have your class mains, you know? That's how I do it. My paladin's my main, and then I have all my class mains. Like, technically this paladin is my horde paladin main, because I'm bringing back faction mains too. Which eventually I will do a video on when I get around to that. It's on the list. Things to do. Alright, 501. So it won't take us too long, I think, to hit 600. Then we can turn in all of our things, try our luck, and then we'll reassess kind of what we're doing with archaeology, because yeah. I'll look at the others and see where they're at. So yeah, you'll kick back, relax. We are in archaeology mode. Oh, I was standing on it. There we go. Archaeology mode. Beautiful. A ding ding. Nice. Okay. I wish they had a revamped leveling experience from 1 to max. As someone who's played through every expansion when it was current, everything made sense, but for a new person, so much of this game just doesn't exist for them, and any leveling is completely disjointed because of how fast you go through it. Yeah, completely understandable. And on the flip side, as a veteran, I really wish we could actually level anywhere we want. And by that I mean letting us go to any zone at level 10. That would solve so many of my leveling woes for leveling guides right there. That'd make me so happy. Someday I'll do a leveling wish list. Another one of the many videos I haven't gotten around to making. But on what you're talking about, Aren't, is it feels like to me, and this is just a Latteism, they've not said this, but to me, as someone who's played a long time, it feels like they treat each expansion like a completely separate game, and that everything before it, expansion-wise, doesn't matter. How it feels like, even story-wise, a lot of the times. And because of that, that I think is what heavily plays into what you're talking about, why the leveling will feel so disjointed. Because they don't have, like, a story mode version for newer players to get caught up on the story, because in Blizzard's mind, it's not necessary. If that makes sense. Again, just a me thing, but that's how I feel about it, personally. Because that's what it looks like. I don't know how they actually feel about it, but yeah. And so I think that's why that kind of bleeds into not just the leveling, but like how older expansions are treated, how just a lot of older content is viewed in general. Because we'll see it again. As soon as Dragonflight is no longer current, bam, it's instantly outmoded, doesn't matter anymore. The only thing it's going to be good for is leveling through for new players, because it'll be the new player first time thing. That's it. After that, unless you're a collector, it will probably not be touched again. Which is really sad, and it feels like such a waste of resources to me. Because we're not playing in the world of Warcraft, we're playing in the world of expansion craft. Apologies for getting on a bit of a soapbox, but that's how it feels to me, and I've always kind of felt that way. And that's related in my mind to what you're talking about, Aren't, and why it's disjointed like that. Because on the flip side, they used to force us to level through every expansion. It was required before Chromie time and before the scaling squish and all that. Stat squish, rather. Level squish, rather. Get my words straight here. So, Alright. But who knows? Maybe philosophies will change in the future. I don't know. Who knows? All those group events are going to age terribly. Yes, they are. They really are. And that's why, even though I'm doing a lot of it now, I know I won't be completely finished before the end of the expansion. And I'm not too worried about it, because there will be a period where those group events are just going to suck. And you're just going to have to wait until they're more like, either they do something to make them soloable, or you're one-shotting everything, so it's just automatically soloable. You know what I mean? So. But that's if you're playing the long game, which not everybody is. They're terrible, which is why I turbo nerded all of the meta achievements when they came out, since trying to go back to them is so bad. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I'm still pretty casual about it, but again, I'm playing for the long game, and I know I'll be here still, even when they're, become more soloable in the distant future. Turbo nerded. Yeah, that's such a good way to put it. But I don't like playing that way, Like, I thought about that too, and I had to make that decision, because I immediately saw the writing on the wall. I had to either decide to do what you did, or just not care as much. And I decided to do the latter, because I would find more enjoyment that way, unfortunately. So it's like, I don't know. As funny as it sounds, even though it's the opposite of what they said, Dragonflight hasn't really felt like the very solo/casual player friendly. Like, it is but isn't. It's a very juxtaposition. It's odd. Out-leveling won't help with the soup. It's task-oriented. Yeah, that is true. And luckily I'm done with the soup, but rip anyone who comes in the future. But that's kind of the thing, too, is like, why is it that they would have made it like that and not have a way for folks to be able to do it solo without consequences? Or at least, even if it's slightly harder, fine. Because they're gonna have to fix that in the future. And I hope you see what I mean by that. Why didn't they do it the first time and not have to revisit it later? I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too far, like, ahead, but I don't know. Some stuff just isn't realistically soloable, as there's an achievement I didn't get, Next Victim, that I still need one of the lieutenants for. It's almost impossible to get them to spawn solo. Ah. Yeah, that one. I just did that one, actually, not too long ago. That one sucked. That one sucked. What parts don't feel flowable? Oh, never mind. You mean the world events, etc. Yeah, stuff like that. Like Researchers Under Fire. That's gonna be fun when no one's doing it anymore. Woo! Woo! Yeah. Yeesh. Yeah, they're really bad. Trying to research is— yeah, exactly! Researchers Under Fire items currently, and it's a dead event nearly all the time. Yep. Yep. Getting legendary difficulty. Line go up, exactly. Hopefully Blizzard will learn with the Legos. Yep. You know. Every expansion has its pain points, and unfortunately my list is actually surprisingly long for Dragonflight, which is quite unusual for me. At least I feel like it is. Yeah, I've been trying to do Researchers meta, but it's annoying. It really is. That's why I've not been really super trying. I've just been doing it every week on my main, and then what I get done is what I get done, and I call it good. Because I know that's going to be a bit of a pain in the future. So, we'll see how that one pans out. Here we go. I did it on my Drakthir, which I don't play anymore. Rip. Alright. Okay. Slowly getting archaeology done. Also hydrate, everybody. Water is good for you. Mm-hmm. Water, water, water. Alright. Why are you so squinty? What's the deal here? There we go. Over to Vol'dun. World events in DF are really weird, but so were a lot of the zones as well. I can only just solo Zeralek rares at 487 level with legendary. Yeah, those ones, like, I can definitely easily duo them with, like, silver, but trying to solo them— same with the Forbidden Reach rares. It's difficult. I can barely solo them on my paladin. It's kind of not worth it. Which is very odd. I don't recall having those issues in past expansions. So, yes, they did not listen to feedback on Zeralek Caverns rares. I also don't know if they actually upped the drop rate of the Zeralek rare drops like they said they would. I don't think they did, because I've still been doing the rares, and I still haven't gotten anything from them. I still have so much to get, despite farming them. So, I don't know. I have a confession to make. I still haven't entered Zeralek Caverns. Oh, that's unfortunate. See, I really like Zeralek, too. Like, visually, gorgeous. The theming of the zone, top tier. I love the Niffin. The place is amazing. The rares just suck. If literally it would fix everything if they just made the rares soloable. What happened to that scaling technology they used to use in past expansions? Where the more people there were, you know, it would scale up the health, so it scaled accordingly. And so the less people there were, on the flip side, you could solo it. They used it in Legion, BFA, Shadowlands. Why is that not here in Dragonflight? Where'd it go? I don't know, man. Here we go. Even with my Shadow Priest can solo some other DF rares, but no one can do Zeralek rares. Yep. Oh yeah, Sam, I love 10 too. Yep. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's just really unfortunate that the content there is just, I don't know. I don't like Researchers Under Fire. It's an interesting event, like, on paper, but in doing it hasn't been very fun. I like the Niffin. I like the Sniff and Seek, so they're fine in my book. Now. The Black Dragonflight questing too. Yeah, I liked it. I just didn't... I liked most of the Black Dragonflight stuff, except for what they did with Rathian and Sibelian specifically, character-wise. I don't like that at all. And Ebonhorn. They had a bit of a OC change, and it just kind of frustrates me. Oh, OC, there we go. Out of character. But that's a whole different soapbox. It is in Dragonflight, but Min is 10 people. For what? For, like, doing the Zarelek rares? Or are you talking about Researchers Under Fire? Because you can duo the Zarelek rares. I do it with Silver quite often. They're just really hard to solo. My confession is I leveled through Dragonflight, did the last raid, and that's it so far. I think I'm going to wait till we're within to get back. Completely understandable. I'm very slowly cleaning my quest log on my main, but I keep getting distracted. Oh, I'm sorry. Zones added after Forbidden Reach really didn't match with the first 4 on launch. Like, in terms of difficulty, or... Because theming-wise they did, but I don't know. There's so much wrong with gaming now from all sides that we're probably lucky we even have a playable game. True. For scalable stuff. Ah, yeah. Yeah, correct. Yeah, I would agree with that. Absolutely. I don't know what happened there for the scalable stuff. It's strange. Oh yeah, like with those two. I don't know, Sibelian and I only know a little of Rathian BFA. Unfortunately, I lost the chance to do Mop Rathian questline. Did we have time with Sibelian before DF? Kind of. You could do... Sibelian is Baron Sablemain. You see him in Outland up in Blade's Edge. And he has a lot of, like, shall we say, off-screen history, because he was one of Deathwing's lieutenants. He helped with a lot of bad stuff. Bad guy all around, technically, originally. But in-game, they don't feel like they gave him enough introduction for people to understand who he was. And for Rathian, they really gave him the spoiled brat child treatment and ignored his growing up that he did during Legion and BFA. For the purpose of making Ebonhorn, or Abyssian, I guess, and Sibelian look good, which I don't like when writers do that with characters. Where they discount the growth they've had for the sake of making someone else look good. Because that's not a good way to do it. And so that really was a turnoff for me personally. Which is unfortunate, because I was really excited for those quests. On the flip side, the Blue Dragonflight questline, top tier. I never liked Kalik before that. I like him now. I like him a lot more after that questline. He redeemed himself for me. Quality-wise, they don't match in my opinion. The whole of 10-1 feels really out of place compared to the rest of DF. Yeah, agreed. For sure. Yeah, well, you know. Who knows what's going on, man. And keep in mind, too, all this is in terms to, like, writing, quest design, and, like, activities. The visual stuff, never a complaint. Music, art, visuals of all sorts, always top tier. Top tier. Theming, always top tier. But I don't ever have a problem with those in WoW, to be honest. Khadgar and gang may or may not have squished a lot of Sibelian's eggs in the past, if the wiki is right. Yeah, because he's a bad guy. Technically, those black dragons you're fighting in Blade's Edge, those are related to Sibelian. So, I like Ebonhorn being the big aspect, but I wish they went about it better to get him into that position. Agreed, Mono. Agreed. I don't mind that he's aspect. I just don't like... Yeah, exactly what you said. I don't like how they did it. At the sacrifice of his own brothers, it feels like... I don't know. It's a little funky. But Ah, well, that's like I tell people before. I'm not really into the A plot, which is the main plotline of a lot of expansions, and apparently it seems Dragonflight's no different. That is unfortunate. There are too many shows and book series where they throw everything to the wind at the end, and I end up abandoning the entire work because of it. Yeah, I feel that. Like, bad story or writing I don't agree with, or out of character feeling design stuff isn't going to make me quit WoW, because that's not really why I play. But that doesn't mean I don't enjoy the lore. I love the world building, the design, just everything of, like, Azeroth and everything related to it. That's the story I like. The zone stories, the side characters, the background, world building. That's the stuff I'm into. And like Sibelian is like, what? Who invited you here? Right? He comes in so out of nowhere. If they introduced him better or gave him some sort of background that to help people know who he is, I don't know. That felt so out of left field. Yeah, I guess may just think about the book lore is the more important one. I guess so. I don't know. It's a little strange. Lore should hopefully be getting better throughout the saga. I'm hoping so. We'll see. But I'm really excited about the saga. Same. Like, regardless, like, this doesn't necessarily, like, I'll say I'm cautiously optimistic, if you will. I still got a lot of hopium, but, and I am excited for the trilogy. It's just, with squinty eyes, you know, like, I'm excited. Squint. You know. So, that's where I'm at. Cautiously optimistic. Where am I at? 544, getting there. Same, the idea, if a consistent story across 3 X-Packs seem way better. Obviously, it's loose between WoD and Legion, etc. Yeah, exactly. I'm really hoping that it works out, honestly, because I've always felt like the main reason I'm not super into an expansion's main plotline is it's too squished. It's too rushed, oftentimes, and you don't get the much needed development of the villain, of the main characters, of whatever is going on because of the way it's been written. And because of that, sometimes storylines get dropped, things get forgotten entire. If a tier is skipped, like a prime example is WoD. Yrel feels like a Mary Sue because her entire middle section, the middle tier, was skipped. So she goes from nobody that we meet, a nobody random person, to suddenly God tier. Like, yes, she gets a little bit of it in Shadowmoon Valley, but like, we were supposed to get the Shatrath raid, and like, she was going to be a big part of that, and like, why she is the way she is. But all that got dropped. And because of that, I feel like she's lacking as a character because we don't see her development in game. And in that sense, similarly, that's why I feel like a lot of expansions, the story is too squished, too rushed. We don't get to see that growth and development needed of whatever is going on. Which is why I'm really excited for the trilogy, because it's going to be a story told over 3 expansions instead of trying to smoosh it all into one and then moving on to something completely different and probably unrelated in the next expansion. So, you know. So that's why I'm really excited for it. The real play is to have 3 brothers fight, make up, then you kill off one, and then have them build the vendetta towards Fyrak or whatever. Then boom, Ed and Midhorn come into the aspect while Rathian can plan behind the scenes. Yeah, pretty much. I like how he says kill one off, and it's basically Sibelian. We can kill him off. Which is really unfortunate. I would have loved to have seen some sort of like redemption arc for Sibelian, but he kind of stayed the same. I don't know. And I don't really feel like his quote-unquote apology, which was very half-assed at the end, was really a character change. I don't know. I'm still pretty sus about him. But we'll find out. But they went the way they did. Yep, they did. Yeah, civilians showing up mean like, hey, vote for me to be Aspect Adventure because you can trust me because I didn't massacre my kin like Rathian. Feel bad. Like, there's no way I can morally pick you over Rathian, man. You were working with Deathwing, right? Yeah. Normal girl to marry Suhiro to weird conquering dictator. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff we're not seeing with Yrel. Like, I still want to like her, and I feel like I'm actually gonna like her more as a villain. But I don't know. She didn't get the time she needed. And that's kind of an example, you know? Isn't the point of the saga or trilogy supposedly to focus more on the story? No, yeah, that's exactly it. And that's why I'm looking forward to it. And that's why, even with my complaints with Dragonflight, so hear me out on this, even with my complaints with Dragonflight story and other things, it gets a pass because one thing they had started, and they have made good on this, they had said at the beginning, was they want to tie up a lot of loose ends with Dragonflight. They have. They have tied up a lot of stuff. Trying to close out the old world and trying to wrap up all this crazy shenanigan stories that have been all over the place for ages now. Because Dragonflight's a new chapter, quote unquote. I see it kind of as the official end chapter. And the trilogy we're going to get is going to be the new beginning for Warcraft story, personally. So that's why I get to pass, because it's a very updatey, trying to catch up, trying to get everyone up to speed, trying to kind of close up loose ends sort of expansion. And that's why it feels all over the place to me. So, because of that, I'm a lot less harsh on it. Because I agree. It's going to be a little shenanigan-y before it can be good. So I get it. Because we don't know what they have planned. They seem super excited for it. The devs and all of Blizzard do. And I'm looking forward to it. I don't trust Warcraft longevity with the Microsoft buyout. If we can get through the trilogy, I'll be satisfied. I will keep playing as long as there's a point, but I don't trust Microsoft to not eventually bench it. It'd be pretty stupid of Microsoft to bench World of Warcraft, so I'm not really worried about that, honestly. I am worried about them tampering with it, but we'll see. All the way... Oh, the music suddenly changes, alright. All the way around for me, personally, if anything, MS backing, I'm more confident in WoW. I'm pretty neutral on it. Eh, I'm somewhere in between, I guess. Call me crazy, I know you will. I made a new paladin, a fresh one, because I have no idea anymore if I skip quest lines on my current max level paladin. And Kraken, if you skip a quest intro, then it doesn't count for total quests, right? You missed those quests, then yeah, correct. If you do a skip, you don't, they don't get counted. I mean, like, they technically do, but if you're looking at numbers, then yes. And yes, I am calling you crazy. But still, good luck. I wish you the best, Thalia. Also, they hide the dictator part now with how they unlocked allied races, so I wonder if people even see it now. That's true. That is true. Oh yeah, also change of heads narrative probably doesn't help. Yeah, they've had to change narrative heads like, what, 3 times now? Because Frasiabi got fired for good reason, but he's not heading it anymore. And then Denuzer stepped down and he's gone now. I don't know who's actually the writing lead anymore. Have they said? I don't think they've said. Kind of interesting. Dragonflight has been a banger of an expansion, although I guess PvP has been bad, but everything else has been so good, and I've enjoyed all the events that they've added. Still doesn't get a pass in the leveling experience. Yeah, I've not enjoyed the story, I've not enjoyed the leveling experience, but the zones are gorgeous, the theming is on point, the music is top tier. I don't know, it's a very mid expansion for me, if that makes sense. I don't hate it, but I'm not like, oh my gosh, Dragonflight! Now, it did bring, and that is me discounting a lot of things that it did bring, like the trading post or other long-term longevity things that it brought. Because usually in my mind, that could have come with any expansion. The trading post is not tied to Dragonflight. It could have come in MoP. It could have come in Legion. It's its own thing, if that makes sense. So when I do like tier lists and stuff as to why I like certain things, I try to pick apart the expansion that's specific to it, like Covenants. Those are specific to Shadowlands. The Garrison, that is specific to Warlords of Draenor. The Trading Post is not. You could have that at any point. Adding account-wide reputation. People will attribute that to whatever expansion that comes in, but technically that could have come in any expansion. So, you know. That's how I look at it anyways. Time to level my new main. Well, have fun, Thalia. I hope this is the one for you. Will say, as someone who briefly leveled the first zones in WoD, making an allied orc and seeing Rail being a dictator is both wild and somehow funny to me. Especially since it has been mentioned since, as far as I know. Yeah, it's only been talked about in the Maghar allied race questline, and then maybe one other time, but we haven't seen the fruition of that yet, which we might. With heavy Void themes coming next expansion, and Titan stuff, the Light is usually very wrapped up in that as well. So, we might see her. It's possible. She could be our new villain, I don't know. Metzen. Is he like official writing director, like lead, or... Because I know he came back. I know he's helping, but... It brought dynamic flight. Yeah, there is that. That is true. Dragon riding, dynamic flight. You could definitely tie that one to dragon flight. They haven't gotten PvP love in a long time, yet they still use it as an excuse to do or not do things. Yeah. Why does this Maldraxxus quest for the Stitchid require 3 people to get the Plague Doctor's mask from the Crypt Kosher? Yeah, I don't know. Good luck with that one. It's really frustrating. I had to use alt accounts when I did it. Speaking of story, one of my memorable moments, DF, is the sitting down and listen quests. Yes, I love the addition of those that they started doing. I think they started that in Dragonflight. There might have been some in Shadowlands. I mean, there might have been some in BFA, but the stay a while and listen. I love those. I hope they do a lot more of those. I really like seeing those because it adds not required but much wanted character development and interaction. Really like it. I hope they continue those. So I hard agree with you. He was before, wasn't he? So I guess it's gonna be him. I think so. I don't know. I honestly don't know. They haven't really talked about it much, so. The dragon dude on the platform made me tear up. Yeah. Oh yeah, the old man dragon, the little dwarf guy, whatever his name was. It did. That one definitely was a bit of a tearjerker. It was a good one. I love those so much. Give me more lore, please, please. Right, same. Those are the parts that really. That's the stuff I love. The character development. I feel like DF did its job really well, which is pretty much just to stabilize WoW, but they gotta do more and War Within and get some more systems back into the game. Agreed, Abyssus. That's why, like, even with my complaints, that's why I was saying Dragonflight gets a pass. It's gonna be a bit chaotic because I get it. I know why it is. I know what they're trying to do. It's fine. I get it. Right on the platform made me sob. Yes. What was the name? Veristraws? Veristraws? I know it was a red dragon. I remember that much. Also, hydrate. Water is good for you. Mm-hmm. Ah, there we go. Tasty. Where are we up to? 568? We're getting there. Alrighty. We are getting there. Do-dee-do-dee-dee-do. Once we hit 600, because we're at 570 now, so we'll kick up there soon. We'll go turn in all of our restored artifacts and see if we get anything. And then we'll check out the other characters. Most of them don't have nearly as many restored artifacts on hand, which I may or may not go through with doing their archaeology, and I'll just pick a different character. We'll see. Depends on how leveled they are, we'll see. Here we go. I love Voldoon. It's so pretty here. Love this little oasis too. Alright. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, on to the next area. Back to Nazmir, it looks like. Back to Nazmir. Okay. Still a good ways over there. Way over there. Mm-hmm. Alright, back in the swamp. Swamp. Back in the swamp. A lot of stuff to be dug up in the swamp, I suppose. And it's raining. Nice. So spooky. Nazmir has definitely been a zone that's grown on me over time. I never really liked it. But it's slowly growing on me the more I've been having to do stuff here. So I think I've learned I'm just not super into swamp biomes for whatever reason. Unless it's like absolutely mushroom infested. And then I love it. I don't know. It's kind of a strange observation I've made about myself. Nice. The rain stopped. Look at that. Nazmir. Alright, 580. We're getting close. Then we can reassess our tactic. Boop. Here we go. Beautiful. Let's see. Oh yeah, that news that Blizzard was supposed to do today. Did that ever happen? Because someone was saying it was late. I figured maybe it was just behind because of the time change, but I haven't seen Wowhead post anything about it. They're usually pretty on the ball. Loved Nazmir, not as much as Voldoom, but it's literally one of my favorite zones ever, so it gets a pass. Yeah. Yeah, same. I feel that. Voldoon's really up there for me too. Voldoon's one of my favorites. But yeah, I like Nazmir a lot. I haven't heard it didn't. Interesting. Wonder what happened. Curious. Wasn't it supposed to be like a development update or something? I wonder if something changed. Like too much and they're like, we can't really give an update anymore because stuff changed. Curious. Hopefully everything's okay. I still cannot get over how nice it is to have dragon ratting in the old world. It's just, yeah. Good afternoon, TMI. How you doing? Glad to have you here. Welcome to the Thunderdome. I don't know why I had to say that. Nah. Welcome to some archaeology. Alright. Which, speaking of, I should look. Broken Isles. Where those expire? Yep, still no. Okay. Fighting a cold? Ah, rip. Yeah, I've been hearing that. Cold's been going around, so that's not fun. Can't we just get beyond the Thunderdome? Not this time. Oof, hope you feel better soon. Yes, indeed. Colds are no fun. It's like they're not enough to completely keep you down, but they're enough to make you feel kind of miserable. At least I can still get the Stitch Yard metas if I ever get this Crypt Kosher achievement done. That is true. That is true. You can indeed. Let's see. 586. We're getting close. A ding ding. Hydrate again. I'm just going to tell you to hydrate every time I take a drink. Do it. Do it now. Oh, I love Zoltazar. Definitely one of my favorite zones. And it's got dinosaurs. It's not to love. It's just South America plus trolls plus dinosaurs. Yes, please. All right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. 589, we're getting there. Bang, bang. Yes. 590. Diggerer. That's so funny. Okay. 9 more. And we'll be good to go on him. A ding ding. Excellent, there it is. Alright, so just one more dig site. Then one more dig site. Beautiful. I have a quest over here. Ah. There we go. Ah, down here with the dire horns. Alright. Cool. Beautiful. Look at all the dinos. Look at all these chickens. Like the zone, sadly I don't remember much of it other than a side quest and I think a rare. The one that Ted and the Demon Hunter guy showed up for. Could be a side quest, though I don't remember. Yeah, that one's a rare. That's funny, though. No, I really liked this zone. BFA! Yes! Holds a special place in my heart, that's for sure. I also need to make a Horde Paladin. Definitely recommend it. I'm, bringing back my old ways of faction and class mains. So having a class main of each faction. So currently technically 26 characters. Simply because there's so much Horde and Alliance specific old world stuff that if I actually want to complete all of it, I'm gonna have to have that. So hunted down all my old ones. I used to do that. So I hunted them all down, found them all, and yeah, that's just what I'm continuing with now. I'm about to redo BFA on the Horde side again. Yeah, BFA is definitely a fun one. Kraken, I'm gonna ask a question. I don't know what to expect. You don't know. Let me start over. I don't know what to expect you to answer. I know you're crazy, but how crazy are you? Did you do Lore Master all in one? All on one, 13 of your classmates. Ah, I did Lore Master on my main, but I am going to do it on all 26 classmates, to answer your question. But that's a goal for when I feel like I'm pretty much done on my main. But that's also why I'm going to have my faction mains, because there is class and faction specific stuff. So like as a Horde Paladin, I'm going to get different things in different zones than Alliance Paladin. So yes, technically. I never completely finished the Horde campaign. Oh no. The Horde campaign was pretty good. I liked the Alliance campaign in BFA better personally, story-wise, but the Horde campaign was still great. I liked it. More archaeology, yes! You are a true nutter just like me, but I don't change mains a lot though, see. My mains stay the same. I'm giving you some sass. I'm sassing you. I thought they changed it so that when you do a quest, you get all their rewards associated with it. You do if your class can learn it. And if your character is the correct faction. So if you're not the right faction and you're not a class that can learn it, no. Otherwise, yes. I have 54 mains? Dang. Same, but I love BFA, so I need to experience both sides. Yeah, agreed. And who knows, you might really like the Horde side. I really enjoyed it. Oh, I'm 600. Perfect. Let's finish this solve, and then we'll go do that. Yeah, over 300 characters, but those are all alts. Going back to faction class mains. Oh, almost done. Let's get one more little diggy so we can finish this solve, and then we'll go turn in and see what we get. Luckily, this dig is just right here. Boop. I got so lost in the war campaign, though. I never got the two sides to tell every tale. Meta. Aw. You'll get there. It's okay. I enjoyed the war campaign, to be honest. As much as I didn't like the whole BFA faction war thing, because I thought the motives were pretty dang weak, I did enjoy it for what it was, so. Alright. So now, time to shift gears. Let's go back to the seal. Turn in all of these, I have more in my bank I gotta pull out. Restored artifacts. See if we get anything interesting. And then we'll reassess some archaeology here. Still mad that BFA has separate wards for Horde and Alliance, so it's extra work for no reason. Yeah, I feel that. Like, I get it, but I feel that. I didn't mind it too much just because I play everything anyways, but for folks that would prefer to play one faction, I completely understand. Okay, so let's clean up a little bit here. And we're gonna try Troll. That's the one we're gonna put all of my artifacts into. Let's see. Here they are. Turn that off. Alrighty, let's turn mail. Mail that off. Okay. Alrighty, Rue, where is she? Here she is. Here we go. Wish me luck. I'm just gonna go ahead and dump it all on Troll, because I know I'm not gonna get it in one go. I recommend finishing it, it's great. It really is. I definitely recommend it. Yeah, from fighting the Legion to the BFA faction wars, like, what? Yeah, that was a very, I don't know. It felt very forced to me. The reasons we went to war with each other didn't feel concrete enough. I'm in my own personal guild, so note myself can call me a nutcase for doing this 26 main things too, but first paladin has to do lore master. Well, that's good. Alright, let's pull open archaeology here. So we bought Troll. Did I buy Troll? Yeah. Go back to Troll. Where is that? There it is. Okay. Let's see what we get with Troll here.
Latic3 followed your channel.
Thank you so much for the follow, Latte. Glad to have you here, and I hope you enjoy your stay. Why is that going back to Dwarf? Hold on, let me reload. It's being weird. A sword? What sword exactly? I mean, it's mostly just because Sylvanas burned the tree, right? No, it was actually before that. It was mainly because... It was partly because of the resource war. Because everyone's like, oh, Azerite, we need to go to war over this. But also mainly because of Sylvanas. It's 99% driven by Sylvanas, because she was told by... I keep trying to call him Methuselah. It's not his name. What's his name? The troll, not Bonsomni, the one, his boss. Let me find him. He's in... We fight him in Shadowlands. The other side. Muzala. That's close to Methuselah. Muzala had told Vol'jin to make Sylvanas the war chief for the sole purpose of her causing as much damage as possible to feed the death machine, specifically Zoval, which is the jailer. That's why we went to war, because she was purposely put there to, whether you like it or not, that's just how the story went, to cause as much death as possible. And so she started this war to do that. I don't like it, but that's just how it went down. And so one of the things she did in the book, too, before the Lordaeron assault, was the humans... Anduin had agreed to have everyone meet in terms of the humans and the undead so they could see each other's families. And she didn't like that there was a lot of undead that wanted to stay with their families, so she had all of them murdered. That's how Kalia died, and why she was raised later as an undead as we know now. And that's why we, with Anduin as the Alliance, go and attack Lordaeron in-game. And then, yada yada yada, Azerite, yada yada, war, yada yada, burning the tree. There you go. That's the quick and dirty version. As a try-hard PvEer back in BFA, I had to do everything I could to get as much Azerite as possible to keep my main as competitive as I could, and after all that work into one character, thought of doing that on a horde just for cosmetics was too much. Yeah, completely understandable. I don't think I've felt Squidward more than when I see tons of people getting the Cataclysm Classic Beta, and I'm not getting that, just trying to look out the window with nothing but Grief and Fury. Anyways, hi everyone. Hello, Septia. What is it I'm after from Ark? And hello, by the way. Thanks for YouTube vid on transferring add-ons settings to other account. You're very welcome, Latic. Happy to help. And I am after 4 different things. The sword from Troll, a staff and a sword from Tolvir, and a staff from Dwarf. Just 4 things. So if I can manage those, we're in good spirits. But so far, it's not counting it. That's interesting. Why is it not counting my Zinroke? Troll. Solve. Maybe it was having an issue. There it goes. Zinroke, Destroyer of Worlds. Yeah, I'm at 3,872. 3,872 attempts for Zinroke so far. So let me put all these in here before I answer more of you. Stop going back to Dwarf. Why you're being weird. Not sure why it's bugging out like that, but... Haunted War Drum, no! Don't want the Haunted War Drum. Please stop going back to the dwarf one. Why are you being strange? Boy. Turn all those in. Really wanted to do dwarf, I guess. I'm not doing dwarf though. I'm doing troll. Yep. I don't think I'm gonna get it on this one either. Nope. Okie dokie. Still no Zinroke. That's unfortunate. Anyway. Story is kind of a mess in my opinion. Oh no, yeah, agreed. The BFA story is... Like... What we got was great, but in terms of like the motives and the reasonings and... it's a bit weird. Okay. Oh, I didn't put the pristines on. Hold on, I have a couple of pristines to turn in. We're not done. See, I'd be fine with the whole Sylvanas thing if Blizz had stuck her with the guns like Garrosh did. The whole didn't have her complete soul thing felt like a cop-out. Also, the Anduin getting turned made me mad at the time. I didn't understand why Sylvanas would let somebody she didn't even really hate turn into another Arthas. Yeah, I'm kind of with ya, but I don't know a lot about Sylvanas' character outside of BFA and Legions. I don't know. Yeah, no. Yeah, no, I'm right there with you. It was a little strange. Ever since I've had Archy, it's done that glitch thing with Dwarf every time. I only have it on very specific characters. Not all of them have it. In fact, most of the characters I have haven't been, but I don't know. It's very odd. I didn't want Tulvir. Oops. I wanted Troll. Oh well, that's fine. I need Tulvir too, so we'll see if we can put anything in that. Nope, no dice. Alright, nothing. Okay, let's reassess here. In fact, this is perfect timing. We're going to take a break because it is ad break time. Let's see. Ironically, I do like the fact they made it so she just burned the tree just because they had hope still. I'm not sure why, but I found that interesting take. Yeah, see, I didn't like it. I thought it was a bit on the nose, but, you know, it's fine. Good luck cracking with Archy. Thank you, Thalia. How useful is cooking food? I've been wondering. It takes a long time to build up the skill. As far as useful, I don't know. I just collect the recipes. I'm not sure, to be honest. Alright. It's time for coffee, though. We are in the middle of an ad break. So let's go get some coffee. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. I don't usually take the full 10 minutes, but I was really hungry, so I stuffed my face with some sriracha chicken real quick. So I'm good for a while now. Alright, let's see. Let me check the thing here real quick. There it is. Don't need that one. Okay. Ugh. Chamkin, yes. It's absolutely delicious. Sriracha chicken and rice with some cabbage, and I haven't completely finished it, but I ate enough of it that I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm so hungry now, so. You're able to tag the Hearthstone boss 4 times per hour? Congrats, Big Fire. That's awesome. Alright. Get rid of some of this stuff here. Great. Figure that out later. Okay, so he's all back in the quest mats. Go ahead and port you back to Nazmir because he's doing rep. Oh, you know, I keep forgetting about the account-wide stuff. I should just wait to see how that affects your account completion on different characters. That is true. That is true. That's a good point. Chicken? Yes, some chicken. Got some, chicken and rice. Sriracha chicken and rice. That's quite tasty. Oh, shoot. I don't know who I was supposed to get on next. Crap. Savon, I know, is 1. That's good. You should take a full break, especially when needed. I know, but I try not to be gone too long, because I only stream for 4 hours, you know? And, taking the full 10 minutes, if I don't need it, I don't usually bother, but I needed some food. So I stuffed my face real quick. Love sriracha. Same. And it's the, shockingly, it's the Tabasco brand of sriracha, which I think is actually better than regular sriracha. So it's really good. Quite tasty. Not that. Bank. So, you have 11 of those. What is your... We're gonna do a quick check here on all of these alts. Archaeology is only 100. I'm just gonna delete these. Okay. Oh shoot, I didn't look at who else was next. Like a dumb. It's fine. Let's open the bank. Hold on. Let's see. Search. Bank. We want... stored. Augie. No, I think it was Gren has some. Although he's not showing up for some reason. Maybe I need to relog back into him. I probably do. Alright. He's all the way down here. So we're going to take a whiz through a handful of characters that still have some restored artifacts on them from way back who knows when. I'll decide if I actually want to go through with them or not, and either delete or continue with them. Not the character delete, but delete the artifacts. There we go. Because I've lost interest. Yeah, it is him. Okay. Let me take a little picture of that. Okay, there. That way I have my list. Okay. There. So what's your archaeology at, good sir? 92. I'm just gonna delete these. If it's a really low, I'm just gonna delete them. So that was Gren, so Augie's the other one. Ah, good coffee. I need to get more syrup. All I have left is the vanilla. That's kind of my backup syrup when I run out. Let's see here. Okay, what is your 61? Even worse. Let's just delete that. You can stay there and think about what you've done. Blizz, please find a loot for both tries for this hour. Aw, I'm sorry. Bummer. Let's see, as. Maybe next time. That's annoying. Okay. So let's see what this guy's archaeology is up to. Right, I got turned into a female worgen, and I'm admittedly kind of adorable in this outfit. Guess I can delete these now. 71. Yeah, let's hearth you back to Dalaran here. Just need the mount and one card. You're getting so close. So close, man. Soon. Soon. You'll have it soon. Fingers crossed. Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna delete these. Goodbye. Okay, so Dag was the next one. It's debatable. We'll see. You're getting there though, Mooks. You're getting there. My partner got the mount, pet bag, and collectible card in one drop on his third attempt. He wasn't even wanting to even bother with the event. Isn't that just how that goes, man? Oh, it's in his bags. That's just how that goes, I swear. 59, even worse. Get out of here. Alright. Igni is one. Good luck indeed. I should force him to do raid mounts with me. No kidding, and then have him trade them to you. That's what Silver and I do, because she always gets it before I... And she'll trade it to me, and then we'll run it again until she gets it, and it's usually not very long afterwards. It's kind of funny. Okay. So you have 9. What's your thing at? 70? Yeah, no, we're just gonna delete that. Get out of here. I've gotten 3 bags total, which I'll gladly take, but I just wanted the mount. Oh no. The worst part of it too is the bags, I think they're unique, so you can't even equip them on the same character. You can only use one. I got the mount on the first try, I could believe it. Dang, congrats. That's awesome. You got super lucky with that then. Alrighty. She's only got 4. Her archaeology's at 58. Yeah, no, we're not gonna bother. It's too low. Alright. Good to clean house once in a while. Marlowe, he's got some. Really? I didn't notice that about the bags. I've gotten lucky and got them on different characters. Yeah, they have a unique tag on them, which usually means you can't use more than one. I could be wrong, though. Definitely try it. Do you think they'll put it up on the trading post? Maybe. I would like to think that they would, but I honestly have no idea. Archaeology, no. So that means the last one that has any is my main. Let's get back on him. The other hat will not drop, but I don't think I'll be too upset if I don't get everything else. Or, get it, I got everything else. Nice. Well, that's true. That's a good way to look at it. I am very the opposite. If I don't get everything in a limited time event, I get very grumpy. Alright. I gotta go to my bank, don't I? Well, let's do this real quick here. TLDR. Is the one I want up yet? Oh, it's not. Meh. Okay. You'll get a few dud drops before you get the Mounter Pet typically. Don't give up. It seems like the drop rate for the event isn't too low, but I don't know. Yeah, it didn't seem too bad. I did multi-box it between 3 or 4 different characters in the first day, and I spent all day doing it. But that said, it didn't feel like... I mean, I was still able to knock it out in a day, and if I didn't have alts, it'd probably take me 2 or 3 days to get everything, based on the drop rate, so it's not too bad. Not great, but you know. I guess I have a lot more leniency on it since the drop rate feels pretty nice compared to doing all this old world stuff with drop rates that are like 0.03% or something insane. So maybe I'm more lenient than I should be. Oh well, time for weekly cars on disappointment. Nah. Well, good luck. Oh, and Water Goddess says, I have not had anything drop twice except the wild cards. I think there's some sort of dupe protection. I'm only doing it one tune though. Yeah, same. I didn't have any duplicates either. So long as you made sure to learn the card that you just got before getting it on the, like looting again on the next character. I didn't have any duplicates, so no issues there. So that's nice, because you know how Blizzard is with duplicates. Yeesh. Was the blue quality hat ever confirmed to drop or just the epic one? I'm not actually sure. I didn't even actually look to see what it was. I literally only went by ATT. Reno's lucky hat. Cause let me pull up the link and I can look. Yes, I use my own links. Let me see what Wowhead says. So there is Transmog. Yeah. Tabard hat belt. I don't think there's a second hat. Yeah, Hearthstone loot. The second hat appears to be unconfirmed and maybe a placeholder or incomplete. And I didn't get it. Let's click on that. Let's see where that goes. See if anyone has any information. Nope. Okay, maybe they're using that one later or something. I don't think that one got put in unless someone gets it, but there's 2 hats. It doesn't look like it. The blue version of the hat doesn't appear to be a part of it. Okay. Alright, where are we going here? Bank. Right. Need to get over to the bank. That's what we're doing. Maybe it'll end up on being the trading post. Maybe, yeah. I could see that. I could see that. They just made a blue version of it? No, it's blue in quality. Here, check out the link, Witch Hobbit. This will answer your question. It's in the Wowhead link. That's good. I was about to be annoyed that I had to go back and do more events. Yeah, it doesn't seem that anyone's gotten it either. There's no comments on it, so... Alright, let me clean up my bags here real quick. And then we're going to decide what we're going to do about archaeology and who we're going to do it on. Because I believe I cleaned up now because all the others were just too low for my taste. Yeah. My main here is the last one that has archaeology. Okay. Nobody's gotten what? Oh my word, you guys. The second hat. It's in the link above there on Wowhead. I'm not trying to make funny of Data Bob. I know not everybody listens. It's just, I say, we talk about a second something and everyone's like, huh? What? Say it again? I'm like, hat. Hat, hat, hat. You're totally fine. But in the Wowhead link just above you there's a second hat that was data mined, but no one's gotten it. And it seems that it's not dropping from this event, so it's probably coming from somewhere else. Because remember, it's data mining. You know, it's not always going to be 100% accurate. Or stuff that's data mined may not be assigned to the correct thing it seems to be assigned to. So, something to keep in mind. Okay, is there a way I can look at professions? My wife was talking to me. That's the head I was after. Guess I'm done. Oh, well, there you go. Good. I'm glad you're done, Data Bob. I think it was an unfinished model from what I read. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, if that's the only thing you're missing for the record and everyone, it looks like the second hat is apparently not dropping. It's not a thing. Maybe it wasn't done, so, you know. Okay, so let's see. Professions. Archaeology. I have max archaeology on him. Do I want to use my main? Or do I want to use my druid? Or do I want to use my evoker? Let's see. Alright, let's do some dailies. Because I need to think on this a little bit. Because we have kind of gone through the alts. Hold on a second. There we go. Anyways. Let's see. Yeah, we're gonna do some dailies, because he's got a few things he can do while I think about it, because there's a few ways I could go at this now that my previous goal of doing it on alts that had enough restored artifacts from years past saved up to entice me to do it. We are currently done with that goal. So, I need to pick a new direction. And I'll mull it over while I'm doing a couple other minor little dailies. Let's see, toy box manuscripts, soul shapes. No. Toy. That's what I need. Play drawn. Grats, Data Bob. Yes, technically grats, exactly. That's funny. I've never noticed. Can you mail the created artifacts to a character with alchemy? Unfortunately, no. They are BOP. Or wait, you're not after that mat recipe anymore, right? Correct. I'm only after 4 different weapons. And no, the restored artifacts are not account-wide. They're BOP. I'm going to have to stop camping rares for low chances at mounts when I get my new PC. Time to do something different. Nice, nice. Okay. Landing still, we did that.
FWY101 subscribed to your channel for 1 month.
Thank you so much, FWY, for the sub. I super appreciate your support, because thanks to folks like you, I can keep working. So, thank you so much. Has this popped up yet? No. Man, Legion world quests. Some of them do not want to pop up. Okay, so not those. I did alt Unity. I did alt mirrors. I did Kieran table. Oh, I need to check for claws. Nope. Okay. Something else, in fact, speaking of, I need to add is reach. That'd be reach. Zaralek. I feel like I'm spelling Zaralek wrong. How do you spell Zaralek? I feel like I spell it wrong every time. Hold on, hold on. Yeah, Zaralek. Okay, I'm spelling it right. I need to add races to, let's see, and dream race requests. Specifically from the Reach, Zaralek, and Dream Race World quests to my daily list, because apparently my handy notes and such have been updated that are telling me there's a lot of different manuscripts specifically from those pouches you get from the world quest, you know, where you get the gold from, that I don't have. Apparently there's a lot of them, so I'm like, oh snap, I'm gonna have to start doing those more. So it gives me a good reason to do those. Not right now, but on the list of things to do. There we go. No problem. Love the VTube model. How long have you been using it for? Thank you. I've been using it for pretty much as long as I've been a streamer, which is about a little over a year. So I'm pretty new to the streaming scene. At least in terms of Twitch. I was a YouTube streamer for a little while, but, you know. Twitch just kind of worked out better. I also mess up Zareth Mortis. I spell like Zareth all the time. It is E-T-H, isn't it? By Jove, you're right. I thought it was I-T-H. Wow. The more you know. Do. The more you know. I see you mailing sometimes today. Did you use to mail Gray and other BOE items across your characters to spend your gold on the auction house for BOEs? Nope, I'm sending Gray and BOE items to my... Yes, thank you, there it is. The more you know. Thank you. No, I'm mailing stuff to my bank alt. I found that I've actually liked mailing stuff to my bank alt more than putting it in my guild bank, because it's faster and I don't have to mess with the guild bank. So that's all I've been doing. Which includes Gray and BOE items, because I sell all those on the auction house. Right, we need to go to Zareth Mortis. Right. So we're gonna do a couple dailies for a little bit. Zareth Mortis world quests. We'll go do those. And I'm debating, I've got 3, let's see. I've got a few characters I could focus on for archaeology. I'm not quite sure which one I want to do. Let's see, where are we at here? We have that one, and that one. Okay. Karazhan, what I thought it would, disappoint on both mount drops. Aw, I'm sorry, Mooks. You'll get it eventually. That's the thing about WoW. You gotta be persistent. You can't let it win. Here we go. Okay. Excuse me. Rude. Because I don't need the recipe anymore, you are correct, Witch Hobbit. Or whoever it was that said that. Yeah. Because the only 4 things I need are transmog, and those can drop on any alts because they're BOA items. 2 staffs, a one-handed sword, and a two-handed sword. Alright. So to break up the monotony a little, we're gonna do Zareth Mortis World Quest real quick. Gotta make sure I keep up with these, because I'm very close to another Paragon. Fingers crossed this dang Paragon is the last one. Good grief. So tired of Paragons. I really am. The only 2 Paragons I have left to finish are Talanji's Expedition and the Enlightened. And they just don't want to give in. It's driving me nuts. Like, please. I want to be done with Paragons. They take so much time out of my day. They really do suck. Like, I enjoy the content around them, but when you literally are just plain out unlucky, and you just have to keep farming them well into the next expansion, I'm like, please let me go. Can't wait to have to grind Archy for my warrior and cut a classic. Oh boy. Yep, for Zinrook, right? Ironically, that's the two-handed sword I need is Zinrook. It refuses to drop. Love the concept of paragons, but boy did the Kirin Torm one make me hate them. Right? And that one wasn't even a paragon. That was just a regular emissary quest. So, that wasn't even paragon. And that one was the worst. Ah! Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, it's a pre-raid bis. That's what I've heard. So good luck with that, anyone doing that in Cata Classic. Whoa. You farm archaeology on your luckiest character with hierarchy. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, like, cause my druid is one of my lucky characters, but he's also was my main archaeologist for many years, and he is not lucky with archaeology, let me tell you. I think actually, if that's the case, it's between my hunter and my evoker. My evoker has been stupid lucky with things. He's the one that I was leveling with archaeology and suddenly got the recipe for Vial of Sands when I was trying for the other mount. And I was just like, well, I guess this is my alchemist now. Because the recipe's BOP. You can't do anything with it. You either have to delete it or use it. So yeah. You know what? Yeah, I'll do it on my evoker. Let's get some evoker love in here. My evoker. You're right. I should be smart about this. You're right, Hannahlis. Resist the temptation to do everything on my main. This is why we have alts. And I know who my lucky characters are. Alright, turn this in. We're almost done with this. This won't take us very long. I'm not going to bother with the rares too much right now. I'll farm them later. Really want the Argus Mog. What, from the raid or from the treasures? It's actually a lot of Argus Transmog now that I think about it. Just broke 2,900 rating on my pally. Wow, congrats. In PvP, I'm assuming? That's intense. Congrats. Alright. So, that's good. Zereth Mortis is good for the day. I should do my Azerothing archive, but that, today's Thursday. I can do that tomorrow morning, too. Okay. I can do that later. Weeklies. I'll wait for silver for those. Okay. Yeah, so we'll switch back. Switch characters here. We're going to get back on my evoker. And we're actually going to continue with him. So, yeah. Devastation Evoker, my beloved. Yes. Why take forever? Why not just drop? Treasures and everything. Right? I agree. I feel that. Oh, M+. Got you. Okay. That's impressive. That's really high. At least to me, that seems really high. Congratulations. The last Paragon I need from Shadowlands Death's Advance. I need one mount and the pet. Getting close. And that one took me a while. Death's Advance rep was really annoying to farm, but at least they had dailies. Zereth Mortis's dailies are quote-unquote, for the enlightened at least, in the form of, whatever you call it. The world quests. Because the actual dailies there don't frickin' give rep toward the enlightened. It drives me crazy. Okay, does he have any? I think I used all his already. Yeah. Alright. So let's turn Archeon on you. We're gonna do some evoker archaeology for a while. Let's see here. Archy. Whoops. Reload. Here we go. Yeah. Do you have a weak aura that says job done when completing a world quest? I don't have a weak aura, but I have an add-on. It's called Quester. Anytime I can complete a quest, it has more options than just the sound alert, but it's an add-on that every time I complete something, it'll be like job's done, or work, or work complete, or it'll use the peon and peasant voices from the old Warcraft 2 and 3. It's pretty great. Okay, so my archaeology is skill 666. That's unnerving. Alright. That's fine. That's good, because it means he's high enough. Roll your troll. Okay. Voodoo figurine. Okay. I'll pick up all the stuff, and we'll continue on this boyo. He'll be my archaeologist for a while. Let's see here. I guess I don't really need to pick up anything on him. Do I? No. Okay. 4 out of 8 for Forgotten Conservatory and 2 out of 8 for Invasion set. Nice! I mean, I know that's not very far, but you know. Thanks, I need it as soon as I heard it. No, it's a good one. Definitely recommend it. And it has some nice other settings as well. Oh, I know what I was in there for. I was got distracted. I need to pick up all these. What's that? Ogre. Okay. Okay, so let's separate these out. This is gonna be our main archaeologist for a while. What do we have? Okay. So, I definitely want to do it in BFA because BFA has been really good. I think I've enjoyed that one the most. Because Legion is fantastic, but if you are level 70, BFA seems to be just better. Let's buy some more. Whatever these are called. Keys. Orc peons, also my beloved. Yes. How did you get those other bank tabs open? I only have 6 guild bank tabs. Well, the 7th one is from an achievement. I don't particularly remember, but I know the 8th one is from the Stay Classy achievement. Warning, it's really hard to get. You have to have every race class combo at max level and honored in your guild. So, Stay Classy is really hard. That took me many years to finish. The 7th one I don't remember, because that was for the 8th tab. I don't remember what the 7th one was. Let's see. What was I gonna do? Right. Buy keys. And honored? Yep. They have to be honored as well. It's, and it doesn't include... It does not include allied races. Luckily. But every base race. So, Panda Mage, Panda Warlock, Panda... Actually, I don't know if they added the new ones or not, but if they did, it'd be Panda Mage, Panda Warlock, Panda Warrior, Panda... blah 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 for one part of the Stay Classy. And then the big meta, once you have all the races of your faction, I don't think it includes both factions, then you'll get the 8th tab. I mean, it wasn't so bad just because, like, I was going that direction anyways with how many alts I have, but it is by itself. You have all those raise classes on multiple accounts? I do indeed. I have over 300 characters. I have every race class combo currently available in the game, as well as bodies for future ones. So, yes. Those are too expensive. I don't want to do the dressed ones. We'll go over to the Horde side. Okay. 7th tab is bought with Guild Vault voucher, which requires Guild level 5 guild achievements. I wonder what it requires now, since guild levels don't exist anymore. There we go. 7th, the GM has to purchase the guild from the guild vendor, but there is a requirement for that too. I'm not sure what it is, though. Yeah, I'm not sure. I've had these tabs for a long time now. Okay. Can I... Should be able to go over there. You have overseas assassination. Okay, I should be able to go where I need to. Yep. Alright, cool. It took me 16 years, but I finally figured out how to fly upside down. Ah, nice! Yeah, that's with, what, insert and delete or whatever it is, depending on what your keybinds are. Alright, Archy. We are... Oh. I probably need to pick up BFA. No, I have it. There it goes. I had to register. Okay. Onwards. Pellets in war mode always bully me. I clearly do not want to fight you. Aw, I hate that. I'm sorry. W and delete, yes. This time I forgot I had war mode on. Aw, no, I'm sorry. Alright, so... grab that. Here we go. We're doing the archaeology. And we'll stay on this character for a while. It's okay, just annoying. Yeah, I feel that. I need to fix my rug. It is all borked under my feet. Hold on. There we go. It's all borky. Go figure, I stand on it and dance around a little bit for a while. It's gonna get all scrunchied. Okay. Alright, so yeah, y'all kick back, relax. We're getting back into archaeology. So yes, I'm gonna stick with the evoker for a while, I think. In fact, we'll stay on this guy for now, but something else I might do is I do have a few... Now that I've got some of my old opposite faction class mains back in my hands, they're gonna be mains again. A few of them are only 60. And archaeology, as slow as it is a good way to get to 70 if you don't want to do Dragonflight. So, I might do that. In fact, that's exactly what I did with this evoker. I didn't want to level him through Dragonflight, so I did archaeology. No, got a piece in the ancient Eridar cache, but it was already new. Ah, I hate that. I really don't like that you can get duplicates of those sets. Weird thing, I ordered a new chair mat on Amazon and it arrived with dirt and bugs embedded in the plastic? What? That doesn't sound like it was new. What the heck? That's gross. Weird. That's funny, but also worth it. Archy takes so long. It really does. And like, you know, if I'm gonna do this, then might as well do it on some alts I need to level, right? So I'll probably do it on this boyo. There we go. Nice. So these ones will probably sell. Let's move these up. Move this down. Excellent. Perfect. Okay. I think it happened in MFG. Needless to say, it's going back. Yeah, no kidding. That's gross. Doesn't go with your aesthetic. You're like, yeah, no. Yeah, I've seen bad reviews like that on Amazon. Like, you might just get something that's clearly used or dirty. Yeah, that's very strange. Gross. Can I just say, I'm so glad we can actually use Evoker or Drakthir to fly now. I cannot wait to have other races, or other classes rather, to be available to Drakthir. Please, Blizzard, please. We should have it by now, it's killing me. I want to play more than just Evoker. I love Drakthir a little too much. I'm sorry, what was the add-on for jobs done, Peon? I was in the shower, didn't really hear. Quester. It does multiple other things like quest item buttons and tweaking how it looks a little bit, like changing bars to percentage or something, or announcing it in different areas. But that's the main thing everyone hears. Is the sound part. You're very welcome. Happy to help. Did you just get 3 ancient Erdar caches a day? Me? Oh, I got way more than 3. I cleared the whole map. As many as I could find. But it's gonna vary because they're random. So anywhere between like 3 and 7, I think, is the max. I recommend if you have ATT, you can track all the waypoints for every one of them in the zone, or you can use Handy Notes for it. Handy Notes Legion or Argus Treasures or something like that also had them all. So yes, the flying has made great strides. It really has, and you know what kills me? Drakthir had this flying on, what was it, beta? Until they decided to nuke it. So, that's a thing. Have they said when they plan on opening Drakthir up to other classes? I don't believe so, no. Not that I've heard. It's very frustrating. I see, thanks. Yeah, I see where they could be on the map. Yeah, they'll spawn randomly in each of those spots. I think a max of 7 a day, if I recall. Somewhere in that range. But just check all of them. That's what I did every day. I checked all the spots to loot as many as possible. I was doing it daily, but I got sick of it because it was taking so dang long. I started throwing all my alts at it until I just couldn't stomach it anymore. So if you wanted to do that, you could do that too. I think they'd have to gut some bits of the race to let it be playable for others. Why is that? I mean, Drakthir is pretty playable to anyone. So much built-in CC and movement, they just need to make it all evoker spells instead of racials. I suppose so, but there are a lot of other racials that are pretty dang helpful too, so if that's the case, they'd have to nuke all racials. But I guess I'm not someone that has a problem with it either. I don't care if racials are OP. I think it makes it fun. Come here, you. Nice. Got a pristine. There we go. It'd be turbo boost for a lot of classes if they have access to CC and the movement evokers have is what I mean. Yeah, but I guess I'm not someone that sees that as a bad thing either. If people really want to be strange and be turbo bis, I guess, as you put it, then that's on them. Rather than just playing what they actually want. But that's just a me thing, I suppose. I don't play for the meta. Even when I did Mythic Raid, I played whatever I wanted. On to the next area. Looks like we're going to Nazmir. Excellent. Or they could do the opposite, and instead of nerfing everything, give all the other races racials to counteract. To up them a bit, you know? You'll Volpera have OP racials, make camp and extra bag slots. Yeah, I agree. I want Drakthir everything. Just one of the reasons I can see Blizz being weird about it. Oh, for sure. But yeah. Maybe if they take the approach of making all the other racials just as cool, they could, not have to nerf them. That'd be nice. Oh, well, it should be. Force everyone to be a dragon. Still wouldn't make me main it. Been there, done that. Yeah, understandable. You see, like this for Drakthir? I want Arakoa. Imagine an Arakoa like this. Please. Right. I need to put in my other talents. Why are you... There it goes. I haven't done that yet. There we go. Get everything? Yes. I wonder if I should make my second color blue. Might play with that a little bit. Now that he's not a villain character anymore. My main issue with Drakthir to begin with is mogging. Oh yeah, I feel that. For sure. I hope that they do address that at some point, but we'll see. They were trying something new and I respect it. Yeah, Mog is messed on them. It really is. Agreed. Like, I like the barber stuff. I don't want them to get rid of what they have, but I do want to be able to, if like I actually want to use the sets they're making for Evoker, I would like to be able to use them in my Drakthir form instead of just my Visage form. I don't know, that just seems odd. Well, I hate that you can't make a Helm and Belt Mog separate from the Visage. I have to go without those because it messes up my dragon form look. Yep, exactly the same, Mooks. Hello, Beth. How you doing? Glad to have you here. Oh, welcome. Whoop. Welcome to some archaeology. Exciting, right? Yeah, I do have wormhole generator. Good, I'll just use that next time. So I think after this dig site, I want to go play with his colors in the barber shop a little bit. When I made this character for RP, he was originally a villain, but that changed. We redid him a little bit, so give him some more color. Excellent. Boop. Oh yeah, I want to see what colors, etc. I haven't played my Drakthir much. I'm probably gonna go for blue undertones instead of the white. We'll see. Somewhat off topic, but I would like them to make the Ghost Wolf glyphs as a barbershop appearance like the Druid forms. Agreed, Water Goddess. Agreed. I would like to see that as well. That would be nice. Whoop. Nice. But yeah, people always get told which race they should be because of racials. Like, nothing wrong with choosing it based on racials. I enjoy the human rep buff a lot, for example. But I also should feel free to do whatever you want. Yeah, no kidding. I've been told why Gnome, Horde is better racials, etc, etc. Yep, exactly. Yep. That was what my former friend tried to get me to do when I first started. It was all about the racials and that extra 1%. And I'm like, remind me why I should care? It's like, well, because it's part of the meta and it's BIS. And I'm like, again, remind me why I should care. I really don't. Is it fun? Should be the question of the day. Oh, we're in an ad break. That's good, actually. I really need to go to the bathroom. All right, hold on. We're gonna take an ad break again. I really need to go to the restroom. You can care, but not everyone should. Exactly. If it doesn't interest you, then you don't have to care about it. It's not required. Anyway, I'll be right back. I gotta go to the bathroom. Ad break.
Kindreth followed your channel.
Perfect timing. Thank you, Kindreth, for the follow. Glad to have you here, and I hope you're enjoying your stay. Yeah, this is the way. This is the way, Chorus. Yes. Otherwise, the racials, I can see why it's hard to be like, I want to be Nightborn. Oh, what do I want to do with this inscription skill racial? Because I should have inscription. Yeah, I get it. I understand. There we go. Okay, secondary color. Let's make it more blue. That's cool. Definitely strong. That looks nice. Let's see, body size. I'll keep it at a 2. I like the primary color. Body pattern. Ooh, let's change markings color to like blue. Ooh, yeah. Let's do ash. That seems cool. It's a little much on the back, though. How about... Here we go, markings instead. Ooh, yeah. Stripies! Or you just have to ignore the fact they are specialized in inscription. Because maybe you want your Nightborn to be a jewel crafter. Yeah, I pretty much just ignore it, to be honest. They get whatever they get. spikies. Yeah, I'll do some spikies in the legs. Alright. Horns, let's see. Kind of partial to the high stag. Look seems cool. Yeah, we'll stick with high stag. I like those. Let's see. Hello, Angel Raven. How you doing? Glad to have you here. Welcome. Let's do bands instead. Crest. Ooh. Yeah. Got bone. Do scales. I like the scales. Scales are cute. Yeah, mixing professions really only matters in such a niche scenarios. Wow, I'm all drunk now, apparently. Yeah, agreed. Okay, let's change my snout. I'm gonna be a little cuter. Let's see. Guardian's cute. Serpent's cute. We'll go with Guardian and change the face. There we go. Beautiful. I think every gnome I have is not an engineer. That's funny. I'm doing good. Hope to get art drawn of my Goblin Death Knight at the World's Fair Carnival on Moonguard. Oh, nice. That sounds fun. Hope that goes well for ya. Here we go. Yeah, there we go. Let's see. That or... yeah, Wrath and... Smolder. It's a little too much on the shoulders, though. Scorch? Here we go. I like that. That's nice. Okay, eye color. Yeah, the blue we have is fine. It's just not super pronounced. Yeah, I like the glow. Okay. Alright, alright, alright. That looks pretty good. Ears. Let's see. The fin's awfully adorable. I might go with that. The long fin. Let's see. Stick with thorns. I like that look. Yep. Go with thorns on the jaw too. Match the top of the head. Let's see here. Legion Cloth Mog is so good, isn't it? Ah, it's all good. Really? Yeah, it really kind of is, isn't it? Okay. Aegis. Or Regal. Or none. I think I like the Aegis. Arms. Let's do wings. Definitely still want the talons. Armor color. Ooh. Ooh, that's kind of a nice color. Let's go with the dark blue. I'm a sucker for blue. I really am. That looks nice. All right. Oh, I didn't change his tail. Where's his tail at? Eyesight, face pattern, throat, brow, lower arm. Is it here? Chest spikes. Markings. There's so many. So many things. Gosh. I meant all Legion Mog. Oh yeah, for sure. Legion has fantastic transmog. Ears, brow, cheekbone, cheek, throat. Throat. I do want to change throat. Small thin's kind of cute. the small fin. That's cute. Cheek, cheekbone, brow, ears. Oh, there's the tail. It's at the very end. I want the full spiky. The flail, yeah. And then yeah, we'll do fin for a while on the tail instead of the spikes. We'll see how that pans out. Okay. Back to this part. Let's see. Armor spikes, none. Armor color, gonna go with the dark. I like that. Chest. Yeah, that's fine as it is. Alright, waist. Let's do that. And then the waist we want. Yep, that one. Thighs. Yeah, I like the sheath. That's fine. Tail's good. Tail ridge. Alright. This one. Excuse me while I make my Dracthyr all pretty. I think he's technically fine in this form because I already have the blue. Yeah. I think he's good. I never use that form anyways. Oh, why can't I accept it? Hello? Oh, I guess they're separate. There we go. Much better. Yeah. I like him. Cute. Alright. We can go back to archaeologing now. Boop. Back to archaeology. Okay. I'm all pretty now. I'm not just all silvery. Nice. Dracthyr have so many options. It's so awesome. More Dracthyr classes, please. I want all the Dracthyr. Alright, back to digging. Oh, there it is. Beautiful. Nice. Back to the diggies. Dig, dig, diggy, diggy, dig, dig. His ears are so long. It's cute. I found the best option ever in game, and I can't believe nobody ever told me about it. There's a disabled chat option, so you can't talk to anyone and no one can talk to you. I can't see guild chat, trade chat, or even random messages by other players in the world. Oh, I didn't know that's something you wanted. Yep. I keep mine on because it's useful, but hey, I mean, if that's absolutely what you want, then by all means. Does anyone know what someone says in Orcish if it shows up for no for me as Alliance? It should show up as what someone says. I don't know, honestly. That's pretty funny. Wall Valley, I know, right? I'm like, hey, I mean, by all means, if that's what you're looking for. I guess that's an option. I'm so happy I can't see anyone. Well, good. There we go. My throat needs to stop making funny noises. It drives me crazy because it goes right into the mic and then you all hear it. It's embarrassing. Speaking of chat, I think it's amazing that they let Blood Elves and Void Elves talk to each other. Isn't it? Agreed. Also, hello. Hello, Square Pusher. How you doing? I waited for a level 60 horde to tag Legion World Quest boss, so I didn't one-shot it before them. Well, that was nice of you. The WoW community isn't friendly like in here, so that's why. Ah, gotcha. I haven't had too many issues on my server, but you know, every server is going to be different for sure. I was afraid it didn't work for some reason, and I made them mad. Oh no! They probably said thank you, yeah. Like Short Bus said. Get out of here. Nice. I think I might change his ears. They're too long and distracting. I'll do that later, though. Had no idea about the elves thing. Oh, yeah? Yeah, if you speak Thalassian specifically, like, they can understand each other. Because they're both high elf / blood elf, so... them suddenly not being able to know each other's language would be really weird. Not that they haven't done that before, but, you know. Like, can the Pandaren still do that, or did they remove that? Because they were weird about that for a little while. I hate not being able to communicate with people in PvE. Oh, trust me about it. Trust me. I agree. I am right there with you. It's so irritating. Because of the language thing. There we go. If I'm gonna go with these ears, maybe I'll do different horns. I'll figure it out later. These are a work in progress. A ding ding. Beautiful. Nice. I have 6 now. Definitely gonna take a while. A ding ding. There we go. Beautiful. Nice. Bang bang. Love that sound. I get why they don't, but I do kind of wish Drakthir had a double jump like the Demon Hunters do. I might turn it off if I do a dungeon, but definitely keeping it on for LFR. Yeah, understandable. There we go. Excellent. Bang bang. Perfect. All right, to the next area. Disable chat for PvP. Yeah, that's definitely a good time to do it. I think PvP is where I encounter the worst people. For whatever reason. You can't blame me, exactly. Back to the diggies, diggy diggy hole. Dwarf hole, diggy diggy hole. Nice. Back in my day, people used to /say inside Arena. They probably still do, but, you know. Been a hot minute since I've done Arena too. I used to do a lot of it back in MoB. Did some in BFA, but quickly got tired of it again. I just wanted to collect all the vicious saddle mounts, but I don't think that'll ever happen. Alas. I don't understand how we can't talk to the other factions when we literally save the world all the time. Yeah, same. That's my argument too, Water Goddess. I'm like, if we literally can't understand each other, how are we working together to save the world? Like, almost every expansion. I don't understand. I know. I feel the same. Makes no sense. Charades, I guess. We're all just really good at charades. Or we just have all the mages translate since they have arcane tongue. Or arcane intelligence or whatever it's called. That lets them speak any language. Which I don't know if that actually works that way in game, but, you know, lore-wise it does. Also, the NPCs always talk to each other. Thrall and Jaina are besties. How do they communicate? Right? I mean, Thrall, like, specifically probably knows Common because he was raised by humans. But still, yeah. Just in general. I don't understand. The leaders all speak together. Horde and Alliance. Yep, they do. I don't know. The only answer is Azeroth has one singular form of sign language. Has to be it. I still like my charades idea. Really good at charades. Yes. But still. Yeah, I don't know. It's strange. I hope that's something they adjust in the future. Alright, on to the next area. Down by the river. Nyom. Skadoosh. Back to digging. Yeah, what weapons can I use? There's a random swords. Jack there can use two-handed swords, right? Axes, daggers, fist weapons, maces, staves, and swords. What am I using to track Ark? That is Archy! Specifically, the one from Wago. It's the one from Curse doesn't work. Let me look, I can answer this real quick. Can I? Yeah, two-handed axes, two-handed swords. Okay. We can use two-handed swords, and we can use staves. Actually, then... And I can use one-handed swords too, can't I? So actually, if that's the case, this is perfect. Because I can learn all 4 weapons I need from the Archaeology Transmog on this character. I mean, they're BOA anyway, so it doesn't really matter, but just cause. It's kind of nice. There we go. Especially since we can coexist in the same guild now. Yeah, exactly, yeah. That's another good point. That is another good point. Did you get the Palm Nettle yet? Unfortunately, no. I have not worked on it after in a while now, because I don't really farm it after stream anymore. I just don't have time. My main grind focus on stream is archaeology. It's gonna be a long time before I get the Pond Nettle, unfortunately. I'm tired of that one for a while. I'm up to like some 30,000 tries or something. Somewhere in that range. I don't remember. Fishing stream next? Not until archaeology is 100% done. When archaeology's done, yes. We'll kick into the streaming. Or, I mean, fishing. There we go. So, only been fishing on stream. Not doing that one after stream anymore. I don't really have time anyways. Excellent. Ah. Oh, heck yeah, fishing. I love Legion fishing. I max out that dang artifact fishing pole. Ah, nice. I hate fishing. I'm so sick of it. The problem with fishing is it makes me super tired because it's so boring. At least with archaeology, I'm running around and I have to focus. I'm moving, I'm doing things, I'm interacting. Fishing is not. I just sit there until my eyes bleed. Hi Kraken, how you doing? I'm good. Is the Hearthstone event still going on? Hello, Bill Slow. It is. I'm doing fine. Hearthstone ends Monday morning, I believe. Cries and Strange Group. Yeah, see, I just bought my Strange Group off the auction house. It was only like 80k or something at the time. I don't know what it is now, but... Gave up on Arc once I got everything. Well, I would hope so. There's no reason to do archaeology once you have everything. Also, fishing is easy to miss a lot. Miss a loot. Oh yeah, for sure, which annoys me. It's not that forgiving. Yeah, you have to be like right on the ball for it, or you miss it. You're welcome, Bill. Warband should make secondary professions share cost their characters. Oh, that'd be nice. Heck yeah. Apparently people find it fun. Well, I find archaeology fun. So, I am one of those people. I wouldn't do it if I have nothing to get from it. But I say that about anything. If I get nothing out of something, then I'm not going to be doing it, even if I enjoy it. But I'm just that sort of person. There we go. Let's see here. Okay, there we go. I love archaeology. It's just the RNG part of it that's bad. I'll definitely still be doing it to like level and stuff, even after I get everything. So that'd be my one exception. It's a great way to level as an alternative. I need to figure out how to better configure ATT for me. I thought it wasn't tracking different IDs for Mog, but it does. Different IDs, that would be under... up here at the top under General, where it says account-wide things, appearances, and sources. Plus sources would be like the other IDs. But it'll still congratulate you if you get another ID anyways. So, if that helps. There we go. I hate having to learn cooking over and over and over, so if it shared it would be nice. Agreed. Yeah, I'm right there with you. And I don't want to track achievements, but I want to track certain rewarding ones. Yeah, I don't know about the achievements. I think achievements are just achievements, but for the IDs at least, that should hopefully help you out. You're very welcome, Witch Hobbit. Okay. We don't have very many restored artifacts, but that's okay. Probably turn them in anyways. See, I have a lot of dwarf and troll. So we'll focus on those first. Speaking of, I should favorite these while I'm thinking about it. So when I need them, I can just buy them. Tolvir hieroglyphic. There they are. Okay. Anyway. Nice. Excellent. Give me another restored artifact, please. Thank you. Beautiful. Alright. Nice. I love Zolazar. It's so pretty here. Okay, next area. Bam. Excellent.
How goes it? Old Man Geek subscribed to your channel for 6 months.
Thank you, Old Man Geeks, for the resub. Super appreciate your continued support, because thanks to folks like you, I can keep working. So, thank you so much. And it's going great. Thanks for asking. Just working on some archaeology. No luck with stuff yet, but we haven't done too much dedicated archaeology farming today. We're kind of all over the place. So, you know, it's getting there. But figured out kind of a new path. This will be our main archaeologist, I think, is this Drakthir, and then we'll do some archaeology next time you see me doing this on some alts to level them. Because I do have a few that I do want to get to 70, but I don't want to level them through Dragonflight, so I'll use archaeology as an excuse. Since I need both. I reckon I downloaded the old version dynamic cam like you said, but trying to import your code just make it say something went wrong. I'm not surprised. I'm not sure how to help you on that one. It's just, I don't know why they don't fix it. It's kind of annoying me. I don't know that there's much I can do for you, Thalia. I'm sorry. If you want, you can just grab my dynamic cam files directly from Discord. So, does ATT track all the Archy stuff? I've never checked. It does indeed. It puts it under, I think it's expansion features. Something like that. Is it expansion features? It puts it in a weird spot. I know it does. Because it's not under professions like you would think it would be. Well, there is archaeology. I guess it kind of is. Maybe they reorganized it. Because that's something that's been a little weird. It wasn't originally under professions, but it seems to be now. They updated it multiple times the past few days. Yeah, there's professions, archaeology, okay. Yeah, so under expansion features and then professions, it seems to be kind of under those two. But it does track it. It's just a little weird. There we go. Taking off the plus sources brought my overall ATT percent from 50% to 57%. I know, isn't that crazy? It'll make your number go way up because there are an insane amount of alternate ID sources for almost every piece of Mog in the game. Not all of them, but a lot of them have alternatives. And so it's kind of insane. Because I'm that way. I don't really care to collect the source IDs. I mean, if I come across them, I will, but I'm not going out of my way for them. I gotta be desperate for that one. Hey, I was wondering, do you have a schedule or daily routine you log in, or do you log in and decide what to do? Because I notice I'm all over the place. I won't complete anything because of distraction. I'm a little of both. My general rule is when I log in, dailies first, weeklies if I haven't done them, and then when my dailies and weeklies are done, I go do whatever I want. And how I know what I need to do is two things. I use all the things so that I know what I'm missing. And I use Nye's to-do list, which is a to-do list add-on you can fill out and put whatever you need to do inside of it. So between those two, it makes sure I get all my stuff done. So hopefully that helps. Where did I put those files, Kraken? They are under, what do you call it? Kraken add-ons. They're in there somewhere. At least they're supposed to be. Did I not put those in there? I might not have. Here, I'll add them now. I might have put that on my to-do list. My real life one, and didn't do that. Hold on a second. I'll get them for you. Gonna be a second. So... Because they won't frickin' add the import back in, and I don't know why, but it's really irritating. Burp. Burp. There's part 1. Hold on a second. Okay, and then this. There you go. They're on there now. Bam. They were supposed to have been, but I must have forgot. Apologies. I usually just refer people to the pastebin one, but it's been a pain in the anus lately because for some reason the developer still hasn't, over almost 2 years now, or however long it's been, hasn't added the import option back into the newest version. And I don't know why, so... There you go, you can just have my files directly if you want. Just make sure you follow the instructions. And be aware that it will override your existing stuff. Let's see what happens if I take off achievements. Brought me down to 56. Haha! That means you have more done than you think. I have both add-ons and I'm still all over the place. I think I put it on the I am a total chaotic person and have to go with the flow excuse. Well, as long as you're enjoying it, Mr. Ghost, then you're perfectly fine. I would say not to worry about it too much as long as you're having a good time. Alright. But nice if they finally update Archy and More Within. Archy, like the add-on? It was updated for Dragonflight. Unless you're talking about the actual, like, profession itself. Then yeah, I agree. No, I hate this one! Go away! This is right next to the dang... Seriously, go away. I am trying to do my archaeology. Boy. So irritating. That's fine. This character's gonna go horde laters anyways. Leave me alone. Trying to do archaeology. Stupid blade guard. Gonna launch the game now. Thank you so much, Kraken. You're very welcome, Thalia. Happy to help. Would you go away already? Be gone. Thank you. Yeesh. Just trying to do my damn archaeology. Oi. Here we go. Ding ding. Nice. Alright. Get this finished. Nice. Beautiful. And that, nice. Ding ding. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. We're getting there. We won't have very many restored artifacts this time around, but that's okay. We got our new direction on archaeology figured out for next time. I don't really want them to do a whole overhaul on Archy, just update it for newer zones. I like the way it is, it has cozy vibes. Same. My only real complaint would be the RNG. Which honestly, the RNG in the newer expansions is better. Like, Legion Plus, I don't really have any issues. The pristines weren't that hard to get. My profile? No, I don't use specific profiles. I just have default. It's whatever the default is. I see Druid and Wormhorse Accord. No, just default. I use the same one across all of my characters. But yeah, I'm the same way, Water Goddess. I like archaeology as it is. They just need to adjust it. Which, honestly, they don't even really have to adjust much, because the archaeology, whatever you call it, the RNG that's bad is Mop and Older. Mop and Kata are awful. WoD was pretty, it wasn't bad, wasn't great, but Mop and Kata for RNG was just bad. But Legion, BFA weren't really that bad, honestly. I got all the things pretty reasonably quick. If anything should be overhauled, it's fishing, because the way it is, Blizzard wanted to make it harder for hackers to cheat at it. I'm not surprised. Yeah, I don't know what they would do with fishing. I just hope they don't go the Iskaran route, because I do not like the Iskaran fishing. I have not enjoyed that process. I don't know what they'd do with it, though, because I don't want them to add some little Stardew Valley-like minigame to it. I think I would never fish again if that were the case. Just do away with the minigame? I mean, there's not really a minigame for fishing. You just click on it. Unless that's what you're talking about. They did in Guild Wars 2, ew. Oh no. Yeah, that's not fun. Dang, the Antora and Fell pools still hurt you so much, don't they? It's insane. Fell hurts. Like, it makes sense, but dang, Fell hurts. Fell is painful. There we go. Ding ding. Beautiful. Alright. We're getting there. Nice. Alright. With Arc, do green markers feel more like yellow ones now? I don't remember having to walk as far when my marker would go green. I haven't really noticed a difference, to be honest, so I'm not sure. Also thought the Fellslinger Mog came from invasions, not treasures, on Antoran. Oh no. Rip. Well, now you know, right? Alright, back to Zuldazar. Look at all these bats. Look at all these chickens. Excellent. All the way back down there. Alright, cool. Gadoosh. Back to the diggies. Fishing was meant to be a pair with cooking to gather your own mats, and they added Archy to give people something to do if they didn't have anything. Yeah, that makes sense. Understandable. Nice. Okay. Beautiful. We're getting there. And by getting there, I mean not really anywhere particular. We're just getting more currency. And man, I wish you could still buy restored artifacts with Spirits of Harmony. I miss that. I would put down a lot of gold for that, man. I wish Past Me knew they were going to remove it, because they didn't announce it. They just did. And I was like, oh no. Please, wait. I was using that. Ding ding. Noise. What was yours is now briefly mine. Other way around. Briefly yours is now mine. Nice. Not that I need these achievements, but, you know, whatever. Oh, look out, Mr. Dinosaur. Alright. That sriracha chicken is kind of upsetting my stomach. I had a feeling. I don't usually do so hot with sriracha. Your dynamic can add some excitement, but not too much that I get sick. Good. Yeah, that was kind of the intention for me. Like, I don't want so much movement it's making me ill, but a little bit more pizzazz. Feels a little more personal, you know? A little more adventure-y. And I still use my mouse wheel a lot too. So like it has its auto settings, but I still fuss with the cam a lot. Oh yeah. I might need to close out stream a little earlier than intended. My stummy's not happy. Ruh-roh. Alright. That's fine. I only have 13 restored artifacts. That's not enough to justify going and turning it in. Oh, I see that makes sense now with how your screen moves. Yep, because it'll move on its own. But I can roll it in and out and fuss around, and I like both. I can be lazy and it'll do what it needs to, or I can take control. Craig, I hope you feel better soon. Oh, I'll be fine. I just need to take a visit to the bathroom, I think. But since we're pretty much almost done with the stream anyways, like 10 minutes left, I'm just going to go ahead and end, because by the time I come back, it would be over. So, we're going to go ahead and call it there. Thank you, everyone, for being here. There's my schedule if you need to see it. I probably won't be back till Monday, but, you know, Saturday, Sunday, or maybe days. So you all have a fantastic evening, afternoon, and a weekend. Good luck on the rest of the event, because by the time you probably see me again on Monday, the Hearthstone event will be over. So, good luck, and you all have a good weekend. Hugs and kisses. Mwah! Bye-bye!